Excellent. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here this evening. We're going to be running through excellent an engagement. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here this evening. We had a brief moment to at least discuss our character classes just a moment ago, but just for the sake of everyone listening, why don't we just introduce our character names, and we'll go on from there.
Alright, if you guys don't mind, I'll go first. I am Kuro, and I am playing Razan Shade Whisper, which is a sorcerer with the sorceress origin of Shadow from Unearthed Arcana.
I guess I'll throw myself out there as the second person. I'm James. I'm playing Rexit, the Goblin Fighter. If we ever get to level 3, he'll be the Scoundrel archetype.
Oh, okay. I'm Eri, and I play Finka, a ghostwise half that fell into some mushrooms one day and then realized she has extraordinary powers, but no responsibility towards them.
That's great.
No, go ahead, sorry. I'm Lucas. You can call me Luke if you want. Most people call me that. And I'm playing Ravogar. It's a Dragonborn Paladin. That's all I have.
Excellent. Okay, so we open on a small tavern in the city of Kintala, near the outskirts of the slums. A loosely hanging wooden bar sign swings gently in a light afternoon breeze. The sign, shaped vaguely like a massive muskrat, the Husky Rat, in scrawled white lettering. The air inside the Husky Rat is laden with the pungent scent of stale ale, pipe smoke, and aging wood. A worn-down bar top is located along the northern wall of the establishment, with a gruff man poised behind the dinged oaken tabletop. He leans brusquely against the surface, taking particular care to scowl at each new patron as they enter through the front door. The establishment itself has a series of small tables and chairs scattered throughout, with a variety of different disheveled and tired-looking patrons leaning cups. Throughout the afternoon, a quartet of curious-looking individuals begin to slowly trickle their way into the bar. They're escorted one by one as they enter to a small room in the back by the serving staff. For the sake of our adventure, we'll just cut to the chase and say this is all of you, the players, who have been escorted to a meeting room in the back of the Husky Rat. The barmaid, whose name is simply Hazel, escorts you one at a time and reveals that you're there for a private meeting that was scheduled this afternoon by the guild. You don't really know it's for the guild, at least. She just figures you're all here on some kind of very important merchant business. As you are brought to the back room, you take a moment to scan the area. Regarding the sparse decorations and your new companions who are already seated with you, in the center, a large wooden table, oval in shape, sits square in the center. The finish on the mahogany tabletop is long worn off from years of and extreme use. The once beautiful veneer finish is now worn out, scraped, and faded from the careless and indifferent use of all the bar patrons. Worn and tired-looking three-legged
Did he bug out?
Think so.
Damn.
Looks like he froze.
Yeah.
Okay. So this room, there's a large mahogany table and a set of hastily reassembled stools. They're three-legged stools, and they are just as wobbly as they would be if they were pretty much in separate pieces. The four of you are in this room together. You've been escorted throughout the afternoon, the entirety of the party to arrive. At this point, you have the moment to glance around at one another and note the features of your companions. So why don't we take a moment to describe our characters in a rudimentary sense, or however you're comfortable doing it, so that we can have a feeling of the characters involved in the story.
Alright, well, I'll go first again, if you guys don't mind. Razan is this eye elf that is very, very pale of skin. He's extremely white. He's got silvery eyes with like a tint of blue and very dark hair, so it does really have a good contrast. Other than that, he's wearing like a very gray tunic. He either wears dark clothing to really contrast his pale white skin, basically.
Assuming we're jumping in the same pattern, I'll go second then. So Rexit is a small goblin, probably, I think I ballparked him about 3 feet tall. He's short and stocky, and if you didn't know better, he looks like a bulldog. He's got like dirty blonde, really short hair, kind of scruffy, and he probably is sitting there with some sort of food in his hand because he likes to eat.
And to me, well, Finka is a small ghost-wise halfling, and you look at her, kind of they get that blue tinge to her, darker skin. She's wearing what seems like a garment that completely covers her, high neck, really rough long sleeves and pants, and a coat that kind of covers her ears and all that kind of stuff. And you can see a bit of like ashen colored hair kind of wisping out with a little bit.
Well, Ravogar, he's a golden dragonborn. He's 6'5" feet tall. Has no scars on his face, anything, none of that. And has tired orange eyes and a well-trained body. And my armor, it's like a heavy armor and has my holy symbol on it, just so everyone knows who I worship.
Excellent. After some time, feels like an eternity of sitting and waiting, the four of you have your attention drawn to the door as a stocky woman pushes her way abruptly through the entryway. She has a strong chiseled jaw that's sprinkled with thick stubble. Her unkempt black hair springs out from the top of her head, and ornamental beads keep small sections of the mess at bay, though silver beads glint out of the stand out amidst the rest of the chaos adorning her head. She crosses the floor with a singular purpose and pulls up one of the free stools, setting herself with the rest of you around the table. This woman takes a moment to examine the lot of you, and quickly she goes, "Oi," she says. "So, you're the recruits for the day's festivities, eh?" She eyes the lot of you with a piercing gaze. A stern grimace crosses her face, rivaling that of the front-end bartender. "I'm Becca Stonesoul, and I'm the one who called the meeting this afternoon." Becca motions to the barmaid, dissipates from the room, shutting the door behind her. You hear a loud click as the wooden door is secured on her way out. Becca turns to you and she says, "We have a little bit of a problem. It seems that one of the local merchants who owes a considerable amount of back due fees has up and skipped town. The big problem is this happens often enough, but they never really get that far. Somehow, this one managed to up and vanish without a trace, and we have absolutely no idea where they went and off to. So, we've got the lot of you here, and we're going to make sure that we track him down and figure out just where this deadbeat has gone into hiding. So your job will be to figure out where he's gone." Now, the merchant...
I lift up my hand, like if I wanted to talk or ask something.
Yeah.
This isn't school. Put it down. Ask
Yeah.
a candid question.
Well, I like to be nice, but I have a question about this. Do you know if he was willing to just leave or someone got him and left, you know? Like it was, against his will.
Abducted, huh?
See, that's a good question. We have reason to believe he's up in Skip Town. When we went to do a routine check-in on him at his shop, it turned out that all of the wares had been picked clean off the shelves like the place had been abandoned. Now, it's not very frequently that a merchant willingly vacates the city and takes all their wares with them. Yes, but there's no real sign of foul play. So we want to try and get to the bottom of it, one way or the other.
That's why we are here then.
Well, I have to ask too, since this merchant is, so wealthy and has skipped out a lot of money, what's the pay for this like?
The pay. Well, it'll be modest. You'll get a portion of what we're owed from this deadbeat, of course. But the trick is we have to find him first.
And you
Otherwise,
said that there are no clues to where he's gone. The shop is picked clean and everything.
yes, that's correct. However, there was one very important thing that this merchant had on his person at all times. He had a rare and unique parrot. Now, word on the street is that a bird that looks exactly like the one he had has been flitting around town. If we can track down that bird, it's possible it might lead to another hint at where they might have gone off to.
How is it a unique parrot, you say? Like anything special about it?
Maybe it tastes better than the other birds.
Well, we can only know that by eating it.
The bird itself was rumored to be fairly intelligent, but more than anything else, it sings, and it has a unique coloration, that of like a scarlet sunrise, or sunset, I suppose. Depends on which way you like looking at things.
So we need to find a red parrot that sings and hypothetically tastes really good.
Well, as I said, only if we eat it, we can know it.
Do we need to find the parrot alive, is what I'm wondering.
You asking if you need to bring the bird back alive?
Yes, because we might know if it's the right bird if we eat it.
Well, I say maybe we give that as a reward to him. He can eat it, and we take the rest of the rewards. That sounds fair, I think, since it is such a rare bird.
Well, if you can track the bird down, you can do whatever you want with it, I guess. We don't need the bird. We just need the coin.
Fair enough, fair enough. Whereabouts in town was this bird you mentioned? What area?
We've heard rumor. We've heard multiple sightings of the bird in town, mostly around the promenade, and a couple of people have whispered that they've seen it. The Warden's Grove. Watcher's Grove, excuse me. Yeah, at the Watcher's Grove. Yeah. You know, the park on the other side of town.
Hard to miss.
But really, I suppose we should let you know the merchant's name, too, just in case. Steadbeat. His name's Kraglin Brynmar. He's a small general store merchant. He's not really a big fancy-do kind of guy, but we helped him open up some back channels for other business ventures, and while he was able to make the upfront payments, half after the jobs were done, and those all added up. And since we haven't been able to collect, that's a problem.
Sounds like one.
Or knocks on the door real quick and motions for the barmaid to come in and start taking some extra food orders for you guys. Says, well, we can't very well send you guys out there on an empty stomach now, can we?
You're right.
When you're all done, we don't really care how you go about what you're doing. Find. We'll be waiting for you here. Just ask for me. And she leaves the room.
Before you go, please.
Oh.
I have a question for you.
Yep.
Do you have any expensive, drinks here?
Expensive? Well, we can upcharge anything you want.
Besides just, something better?
Let me see what the barkeep's got behind the tabletop there. I'm sure there might be some kind of vintage wine or ale that we've got kicking around here. What's your preference?
I would go for some wine.
You got it. All right. Becca walks out and the barmaid starts taking over from there. She strides up to the tables and she takes a look at whatever carcass is left over in front of Rexit and says, something else to eat?
Of course, more food is always good.
It's a
You have
good
a
thing to
preference?
listen to it in.
I like to think he lives up to his name as or looking like a bulldog. He just eats all the scraps that people leave behind.
I put the rest of my food on his plate.
There you go. Now you don't need to eat the parrot, right?
Exactly.
I am good with this.
Because Finka, if you're thinking like me, that parrot might be a bit expensive.
Yes.
We'll still need a net or something to catch a bird.
True that.
Yes, let's keep this thing alive. Yes, it might fetch a hefty sum in its own right. She didn't say anything about the wares either, so I'm guessing if we find them, we get to keep them as well.
He said he was a general goods merchant. Probably has some swords or something.
About the parrot, maybe, it's unique. So if we actually find it and get some information from it, we can sell it.
Yes, yes, that's what we were referring to.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a bit better on that.
Yeah, if you think a gold dragonborn would be a little bit brighter, you know? I kind of whisper to you.
Well, we might not need a net, let's just say. My hands can be at the... They don't have to be next to me. So if we lure it at the right spot, I could probably catch it. Well, first we need to find the parrot, which is the most important thing. I'm done with my meal,
maybe
so...
getting some food or something to attract it. Anything of that sort.
Well, it is a parrot, so parrot feed, I guess.
What do
Where do you
parrots
think
eat?
about going first, though? Promenade or maybe Watcher's Grove?
Birds need trees. We'll go to the trees first.
It sounds like a good idea. But there are more people at the promenade, so maybe we could ask around a lot more there.
Yeah, but the Grove might be a better place to hide, you know? Not as many people to see you while you're going around it.
That's true. Well, we'll let you guys decide.
The archers grow. I'm gonna lift up my hand. No one?
Oh,
Yeah,
was you?
Sorry, I'm for the Grove.
Rexit raises his hand as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That sounds fine then. Let's go.
Okay.
Well, after we finish eating, you know.
Did they bring my wine?
While you're in the midst of your discussion, Becca comes back with a container, an earthenware jug that she sets on the table, and she says, here's a jug of our finest red wine.
I want to smell it.
That'll be 5 gold pieces.
I want to smell it, see if it's actually good.
Well, regardless of it's good or not, we all chip in 1 gold and we have food and drink.
Hey, I just wanted an ale.
Exactly.
Mr. Fancy Pants here wanted the wine.
Wait,
I thought this was part of the job, the eating.
Who said that? Like to share? No one. No one. Fine. I'll pay for it. Only for me, nobody else.
Well, there's plenty of worn glasses sitting at the table. Well, tankards and such sitting about. So you have your choice of the cups for what you will pour your drinks in from that earthenware jug. Those of you who wanted ale, they do bring it to you, loudly. So they come hurriedly in with things for you as well. So who's testing that wine out?
Wait, what? Sorry?
Who's testing that wine out?
Me. Of course, me.
I'll skip on the wine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure if anyone else.
Rexit is big enough. He'll be like, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to drink it.
I want to
Well,
I paid, right? Or someone shared with me.
Yes, Rexit will share the tab if needed.
Okay, yeah, that's why I said. That's why Ravogar said no, it's only mine. He's not going to share it.
Well, hurry up, get it down. We gotta leave soon. Get this business going.
I need to appreciate. Give me a second, okay? And I take a full minute just smelling the wine, and then I
it
drink it.
smells pungent.
Okay, fine. I drink it anyway.
It tastes about as good as it smells.
Delicious.
It has a flavor with a very strong aftertaste.
Aye, that's a fine wine. You guys should try it.
Guess I could probably smell it off his breath now. No, no, I'm fine, thank you.
Rexit will just be sitting there with grabby motions. Gimme.
And
I'm not touching that.
close to his hand and then pull it back. It's all mine. Fine, then let's go. He doesn't seem really to care about that, so let's go.
It's time to go find a bird.
I
just had
just grab one of the bread rolls and I keep it in my pocket or something.
I had a similar great mental picture of Rexit just kind of scooping the table's contents into his backpack, like goop and all, just like, Just, I have a backpack full of mashed potatoes. You never know when you might need that.
Oh god. Potato-mancy, a new form of art.
As long as we don't have a jug of many things where you're just like, I produced 2 gallons of mayonnaise, because why not?
Ugh.
Like a makeshift grease spell.
Yes.
All right. So the lot of you are decided on going to the Watcher's Grove first.
Indeed.
Excellent. Okay. You step outside the bar. The time is, roughly mid-afternoon. You seem to wait a lot longer than actually took, which take that for what it is. But it'll be a nice, quick jaunt through the city to get to the Watcher's Grove on the western side. You mosey your way through the streets. The selection of the usual citizens that pass by, fairly bustly with pedestrians, and the air itself is fairly fresh this time of day. But you're looking forward to having a break at the Grove to really commune with nature. Now, find yourself the Grove. Would you like to wonder what are we doing?
We're looking for birds.
Exactly, we're bird watching.
The group of you meander through the flora. The trees and bushes are fairly well manicured. And you do hear the songs of birds flitting in and out amongst the trees. It is a well-known place for small wildlife and birds to take refuge from the city.
And apparently cats as well.
Yeah, sorry about that. My cat likes to scream for no reason.
I thought it was great timing, just like birds and cats.
Well, yeah, you'd think that.
Occasionally you see one of the city guards kind of moseying through. The area is typically watched by the guard. And there are a variety of different citizens kind of milling about, sitting, enjoying the sights, sitting in the grass, sitting at any of the different benches that are around, and the occasional person there on an educational tour, as it were. But the four of you are in and amidst the heart of the Watcher's Grove.
I tried to whistle, but I can't because I'm Dragonborn. Everyone's fail on that miserably. Damn, it's not
Is there
working.
anyone? Would there be anyone around here that kind of tends to this grove since it is so manicured?
Yes.
Gotta find the gardener.
Exactly.
Yes, there are always there are always people on hand in the park who are tending and kind of being the groundskeepers. So it would just be you take a look around. You see just a small dwarf. Yeah, that's right. I said dwarf. Moseying around amidst the shrubs. He's got a massive pair of shears in their hand, and they appear to be sizing up the foliage and occasionally snipping leaves and shoots to try and get it to the perfect manicured shape.
Razan will go up to him and say, "Greetings."
Turns around and sizes you up and says, "Ah, yes, excellent, good day, very good day."
Exactly. We have maybe a peculiar question to ask you, but have you seen any bright red birds of the sort?
Bright red birds. He
A parrot.
stops for a moment. Parrot. He takes another quick snip of the bush in front of him and stops, and you see him stroking the beard on the front of his chin. Parrots. We see all sorts of weird birds around here, but parrots, that's a rare commodity in the gardens here. Red?
Yeah, think a sunset red.
Oh.
Orange as well, basically.
He stands idly for a few moments, muttering, red parrot, red parrot, red parrot. Ah, yes, a red parrot. Just this morning.
This morning, great. Does he come often around here, or or would you know how to catch a parrot, basically? Or it's the bird of our friend, and we're trying to get it back.
Oh, so the gentleman that had the bird lost it between then and now?
We believe so. We're not actually sure if he lost it. The scene of the crime, shall we say, maybe it kind of looks like a kidnapping, or it's we don't know if it's just he didn't pay attention to it and he just fled on his own, or someone actually like sabotaged a cage or something.
That's odd. The gentleman he was with seemed to be very attentive to the bird, but hard to say how people take care of their things. Well, let's see.
So
The
you
gentleman who had the bird, he comes by most days, usually in the morning. But he hasn't had the parrot until the last day. So, I suppose I could keep an eye out for him as well tomorrow.
Well, whereabouts in this place did he usually go with the parrot? There's a big grove, you know. Was there any place in particular kind of hung around?
Well, he meanders out and about. Usually likes to set up under some of the trees. He's kind of a weird gentleman, really. Big man, large, bushy mustache. Not very much different than my own. But he always seems to curl it up in a peculiar upturn.
Do you mean to say that he's also dwarvish of origin?
Oh, no. He's just a man. Big human.
Does the
okay,
description...
As big as me, or a little bit smaller?
Looks up at you. He says, well, everyone looks a little taller to me, but I don't think he's as tall as you are, good sir.
I think it is.
Out of character, does the description match what we know the merchant to look like?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Yeah, he usually just sits about. He examines the flowers, pokes around, seems mostly enraptured just with the birds and most days. Just one of those usual casual grove walkers.
And you say he's a regular. He comes by every morning. Is that right?
That's right. Some evenings too, but he's always here in the morning.
Well, okay. I think I'm done, unless you guys want to ask something more.
I have a very important question to ask. What do birds eat?
Well, it depends on the bird, but
The one we're looking for.
I'm not really an ornithologist. He snips the bush again. I'm just a gardener.
Well, guys, I guess I don't have any more questions.
Back to bird watching.
Yeah. I'm going to try and go into the trees where he kind of mentioned that he like flower watches and just have a little bit of a, sniff around, see if I can find any remnants.
Remnants?
Well, just where he was sitting, maybe like, I don't know, there's leftovers from where he was staying, or if he ate something, or like, bird poop kind of thing.
Maybe he dropped his business card. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe a feather.
Yeah, feather too. That'd be good. Actually, that'd be helpful because then you can show the feather.
The gardener stops and kind of indicates over in and amidst a very small clearing between some trees and some bushes. Aye, he usually goes and takes a sit over in that area for a spell. You might find something there, but he doesn't really leave much behind.
That's good to know.
What time of day is it for us right now?
Probably about 4:30.
I'd say we might have time to, check out the promenade after this and then maybe come back, see if he comes back in the afternoon.
Yeah, we should ask again over there. Maybe we'll find someone that's fits the descriptor a bit more.
If nothing else, we can just camp in the garden.
But yeah, just check the clearing before we go.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead? Sorry. Describe for me what you're doing.
Basically, the whole Ace Ventura thing. You're looking around the ground, you put your finger on the ground, you lick it a little bit, sniff the air, kind of thing. Generally, picking in a few bushes, trying to look up, watch at the birds, that kind of thing.
Why should
disturb the grass?
Yeah, why are you doing all of that? I grab my book, looking at you, and start writing down what you're doing, if I'm studying it.
I think Rexit would follow the halfling's lead and just do the same exact thing, but he would climb a tree and then do it.
I'm gonna just watch. I'm not that good at that sort of thing.
You climb the tree. You get up and about I would like Finka to please roll a perception check for me.
24 total.
Halfling sees all.
Like, definitely taste it. Yes, it's been here recently.
Oddly enough, that's pretty much what you're getting from this. You smell and taste the scent of a very strange feather powder. Your nose close to the ground, and you follow that strange scent right to one of the bushes, and there, snugly nestled in and amidst the leaves, you see a strange, bright feather.
Like, pick it up. Aha! Told you I'd find something. Pulling
Oh,
the feather
you
up.
made kind of a ritual then. Oh, that's nice. One day I want to learn that.
It's all in the nose.
I tried to sniff the ground.
Not
I chuckle
convinced.
behind my breath. I chuckle behind my breath. Yeah, no, you gotta really, really get it in deep, you know? Like, really, really sniff it, you know? Like, take a big whiff.
Oh, okay.
This is the halfling just tricking the dragonborn low enough that she can jump on his head and then run away.
Well, I think I'm getting the hell of it.
Yeah, that was perfect. I saw that, yes.
And then I got up. Oh, yes, I'm the best.
Clears the sinuses too, you know?
Yeah.
Well, with promenade?
Another
Yeah.
thing,
Oh, sorry.
you also notice while you're getting Ravogar to get a nose full of dirt, tucked auspiciously in the grass near where he's bent over is a strange flower that looks curiously out of place in and amongst the other flowers and vegetation here in the grove.
Would definitely investigate said flower.
It's catnip.
Looks a bit different, this one. Is there anything I would know about it, like type or have a bit of a herbal background?
You know that it is typically a flower that is sold by, it's a flower that's typically sold. Not so much one that is found in the grove here, because it's tacky, as it were. It's very vivid in color. It's a bright purple, just unlike anything you've really seen in any other place. But it is, well, let's just go ahead and call it some strain of weird lily.
I yanked that shit out of the ground.
Oh god.
Just
Well,
like
the best
immediately, just punk.
The best part about doing that is that it wasn't attached to the ground. It looks like, on close inspection, it was cut specifically to be worn on a lapel. So it's just the stem and the flower.
Yeah, I would chuck it on my lapel then. Nice.
Do I see that?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to hide it, so yeah, definitely.
Oh, what was that? Wait.
A clue. It was a clue.
Oh, they're like keeping flowers or something? Like that one guy that was like smelling flowers and stuff?
Sure, we'll call it that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think we're kind of done here, unless you wanted to sniff the dirt a little bit more. You know, a bit more
No,
practice before we go.
I really mastered that skill.
Yeah, I think he sniffed enough. Let's go check the promenade. Talk to more people.
Yeah, before it gets dark.
Your way to the promenade. Busy sections of the city, considerable amount of foot traffic, some vendors kind of poking in and about, and some nice little buildings and shops along the outer edges of it. Looking around, different selection of citizens going about their business, over home for dinner or what have you. But scent of the water rushing under the bridges nearby floods your nostrils, much different than the earthy smell you had from the grove just a little while back. Midst of the promenade, what are we doing?
I'm kind of looking for a flower merchant that might sell stuff like this. The flower, yeah. Well, I think this flower is, something, it was just off there. I think that person with the parrot must have put it there, I think checking up on this might lead some clues.
You convinced me, so let's go.
Make a little sense to me, but yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome to look around as well if you have something else you want to do.
Nah, I think
Yeah, all right. Yeah, looking around for a flower merchant.
You take a little look around, you see some different stands and some different moving carts. Eventually, you do find a small flower stand with a withered-looking old lady behind the wooden stall. She has some nice little bouquets on display there, but she's calling out, "Flowers! Get your flowers! Beautiful flowers, scented flowers. I even have unscented for those of you with allergies."
How considerate is that, Yeah, I'd walk up kind of straight away and be like, hello there. I found this flower on the ground. And I was wondering if you know who purchased it. I just wanted to give it back to them, like someone was walking along, dropped off straight away. I've tried to catch up to them, but it looked like something that was expensive, I wanted to return it.
I look at her confused about her story that she's telling, but I don't say anything.
Yeah, like Finka's not very good at talking to people like that. She's not very good at persuading or that kind of thing.
Well, the old lady cocks an eyebrow and she says, "Huh, really? So you're not here to buy any flowers?"
I can buy information.
Yeah, let's say that if you do tell us who dropped it, or if you recognize this flower in general, we would be willing to buy a bouquet.
Oh, she comes around the side of the wooden kiosk slowly, and she gets down in Finka's general vicinity, leaning in. You can just feel her invading your space as she looks at the flower that you have pinned on your lapel, or to your cloak, or.
I would immediately take it off and just hand it to it. I do not like that. I get back up straight away. No, it's okay. You can have this to look at. That's perfectly fine.
She takes it gingerly as you shove it into her hands, and she a little bit. She goes, "Hey, The coloring on this is terrible. But I recognize this. She looks at you, and she says, it's not one of mine, but I've seen these before, and I know who does sell them. It's a young girl. She comes into town most days and sells her flowers. Most people in town have taken to affectionately calling her the Flower Girl. Really, yes, I'm not making this up. Already come and gone for the day. If you wanted to figure out who bought this, holds it up, and she just kind of hands it back towards you. You'd have to speak with her.
You mentioned the coloring is off. Is this not a natural flower?
No, it's natural. It's just not my favorite color.
Oh, okay.
While this was happening, I want to come to Rexit. That's how you pronounce it.
Yes, what's up?
And say, hey, do you like eating flowers?
Do they taste good?
Oh,
I'm gonna
gosh.
create one. Wanna try it?
If he was offered the flower, he would promptly grab it and stick it in his face.
Hey, let's wait until we get the bouquet.
Yeah, so, yeah, how much for the bouquet?
Well, for you, just for listening to me and being so gracious, I'll sell you my best bouquet for 5 silver.
That is very generous. I think I'm taking this offer. How about you guys?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'll just put it. Here. I give her a gold piece. Wait, is that how it works? I'm bad at money in D&D.
If you're buying
gold is
4 of them,
10
it'd be
silver.
2. Yeah, it would be
Okay.
2 gold for 4 of us.
Mhm.
Oh, let him pay if he wants to pay.
Oh, I'm just buying one bouquet, so I give her a gold, and I expect 5 silvers back if she does give them or not. That's her.
She does. She's an honest business woman. Honest flower salesman.
Yeah, great.
Slowly goes about her business. She moseys behind the kiosk. She starts gathering up one at a time. She leans over her back. She says, do you have a favorite color?
Gold!
Yeah, what he said.
You like gold? She looks at the
Yeah,
flowers.
that's my color.
I don't have gold flowers, but I have plenty of yellow. And she just starts grabbing all the yellow flowers
That works.
and mixing them with some white. And she makes a delicate and lovely arrangement for you. And she fastens it together and hands it across the kiosk to you and says, there, a lovely bouquet for an excellent person.
Oh, well, thank you for the compliment, and I wish you a good day.
It's about
Look
then I
at
realized.
Rexit.
The
She-
feather. The feather. Have you seen this bird? Anything like this bird? And I start waving the feather around.
She takes a look at the feather and she goes, well, if you'd stop waving it, I might be able to get a good look at it. And she holds her hand out expectantly.
Yep, straight away. Arm's length.
She takes the feather and she looks at it. Twirling it in her fingers, you see the ruffled edges of the feather kind of waft with the air as she moves it. And she hands it back to you. And she says, this is an interesting color. You said this came off of a parrot? You did say parrot, right?
No, I
Or am I
said
losing my
bird,
mind?
but yes, parrot. Yes.
I must be hearing things again. You know, when you get to be my age, sometimes you just assume people say things they don't actually. I saw someone with a bird that color earlier today. Wandering through the promenade, actually. Probably about midday. I'm sure I saw them buy flowers from the flower girl. Yes. What was his name? Who is that? She's seems to be searching deep in thought, and she suddenly just yells out, "It was Vim! Vim! That's right, Vim Weba. That old so-and-so. He loves flowers. That must be him. I swear. Yes."
I didn't catch that name, sorry.
Vim Weba. Wheba.
Do you know where I could find that person?
Well, I certainly do. Vim is well known amongst us flower enthusiasts. You see, he specializes in teas and poultices and homeopathic remedies. He's a small-time merchant around here. He has a shop not far from here, actually. It's called the Herbal Gentleman.
Well, thank you. If there's any sort of flowers that haven't quite like blossomed or anything like that, I just kind of touch them a few times, like different flowers, and use Druidcraft to kind of open them for her. Just kind of like, thank you for your time.
Oh, the flowers, they're opening too soon. Oh, I'll never be able to sell these flowers now.
Shit.
That's all right. You can't help the flowers.
I was gonna buy them. That's why I kind of opened them. Here's a gold for a bouquet of them. Then yep,
She makes
flustered.
She makes a bouquet with the flowers you've opened so thoughtfully, and she hands it to you, and you make change for the exchange. She honors the 5 silver bouquet price. An honest flower salesman. And she thanks you. Thank you. And if you ever need any other flowers, be sure to come and see me.
No problem.
No problem at all. If we like it, we'll certainly come back. Right, Rexit?
Indeed. If it good, I come back for more.
As we leave the stand, I hand off my bouquet to Ravogar.
I smell it.
You smell it for clues?
Do you want to try it first? Or should I bite it first?
Rexit would jump up and steal a flower and then quickly shove it in his face.
Oh, I guess you're going first. How does it taste?
Like a plant.
It is a plant. What did you expect?
I don't know. It was yellow. I expected it to taste better.
Did you expect it to taste yellow? Rexit, as a man of such diverse gastronomy, what do you think the color yellow tastes like?
Mustard.
Yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best. I would never come back there. And then I want to get close to Finka whenever we're like walking somewhere. I don't know. Are we walk somewhere?
Well, we should go back to some place at least to regroup and discuss what we've discovered.
You want to hit the herbal gentleman first? Like, the store's probably going to, close up soon. If we want to get a bit more information for dusk.
That would be a good. Yeah, that's great.
Agreed. Do we know where that is?
I'm sure that someone can point you in the right direction.
Actually, I'd probably know where. Like, my mum was a herbalist as well, so I probably know a few of the herbal people in the town. Like, oh yeah, I know that place. We got a few herbs in there when I was younger. Kind of lead the way, and when I'm out of like sight of that old flower lady, I kind of just dump the bouquet in a bin somewhere and keep walking.
Okay, like I get closer and like kind of with a more serious tone and kind of speaking low, I say, we didn't have to lie to the old lady about the flower.
We didn't lie. We embellished the truth.
Yes,
Well,
that.
Is it true or not that he dropped the flower?
Well, it was on the ground, like, actually in the ground.
I wasn't planning anything. It was just dropped there.
I don't know, just sounded not very nice.
I don't know. I'm not good at people, It's just. Next time you do the talking, then.
Me? Fine, yeah, sure. I'm the best with people.
This should go well.
But I don't know much about flowers, so you should do right now, for now at least.
Fine.
I know my skills on smelling ground. It's like getting better because I'm good at that. But for
You
now,
should try new terrain. We're on like a stone. You should try the stone as well. That kind of gets you more skilled at smelling. Different terrain.
Yeah,
Like,
please just get some rubble stuck in your nose. That would be great.
I grabbed my book and start like writing. Oh, okay, fine. Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, I'll practice more.
Oh, don't let me stop you.
I close the book and say, "I'll try another time." Okay, I'm really tired from my exercise last time. I had a lot of air in my.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
And yeah, we can get.
Yeah, I'm hiding a smirk.
Poor
Poorly.
Ravogar.
But yes.
He's just naive.
But yeah, I guess we venture over to the herbal gentleman.
Yes. To the shop we go.
And that's where you go. You find yourself outside of the Herbal Gentleman. It's a fairly modest-looking building, standard in shape and make, and the sign out front is just an enormous, stylized flower with fancy, curly, written script that says the name of the shop on it. The of the sign are bright and vivid, almost like someone vomited color onto the shop sign. You push your way through the door, and immediately you're hit by an intense waft of all sorts of different herbal smells. Lavender, chamomile, you name it, peppermint. You have it hitting your face. It envelops you, and it brings kind of a warmth to your chest as you enter the establishment. Looking around, you'll see along the side wall is the kiosk where the shopkeeper is standing. Appears to be kind of busily sorting through some of the different wares that they're working on at the time. And poised along the walls are high shelves with all sorts of jars that are labeled with the contents. And there are people sitting around at tables lining the far sides of the room as well. Looks like they're enjoying freshly brewed teas and other assorted herbal delights. As you walk through, the shopkeeper looks up, and he's a very large gentleman. His gut is as prodigious as his mustache, which adorns his upper lip, very thick and bushy, and turned up in tight curls. Looks like he's been using beeswax to style the stash. His eyes light up as he sees you come in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, welcome to the Herbal Gentleman. How can I soothe you this afternoon?
Well, I, for one, would like to try one of your teas.
Yes, definitely, please.
Guys, I think my skill at work. I can really smell the flowers here.
See what I tell you. You just gotta listen to me more about these things.
Finka's right.
Is tea tastier than flowers?
Probably, but you'll probably burn yourself too.
I'll keep that in mind.
Tastier. Much, much tastier.
I really don't want the tea. I have my own bottle.
Your earthen jug that you've probably been carrying around the entire time.
It's always in my backpack.
Better would have been, well, you tricked him to bend over. You had taken some of the wine. You just tricked him to bend over so you could pour some wine out of the jug without him realizing it.
Why don't you try and smell the shop?
So the what?
That's how you get him to bend over. You make him smell the shop.
But yeah, motion. Anyone else gonna, talk today? Like, I think maybe, trying not to mention who we're after just yet. If they hang out here, they might get word.
You know he's listening to us, right? We just asked for tea.
I was trying to whisper. That's why I was like low voice.
That's what that was.
Yeah.
As you're talking amongst yourselves, he's shuffling out some different varieties of tea that he can offer to you. So he's a little preoccupied, unless he's straining his ears to listen to you, but really he seems a little bit engrossed in his work at the moment, shuffling up and down the aisles to pick up teas. Yes, a little bit of this, a pinch of cinnamon, yes, a little bit of lavender. He sniffs some of the ingredients. Oh, no, not that. And he's going about just kind of mixing things in bags for you.
He's
Does he kind of
skill as me.
I think he's a
Wow.
master of the skill. Yeah, just watch him a little bit. Does he match the description of the big burly guy that was at the gardens?
He certainly does.
I kind of think this is the guy we're after right now. The one with the bird. Well, that has the bird right now,
It could be a possibility. Maybe you should ask him about the flower too.
True.
Wait, do you think he's the one with the bird?
Well, yeah, there was a big guy with the bird at the gardens. The gnome was the dwarf was saying. If he's got the bird, he might know where our, lucky perp is.
Then you should have showed the feather.
Eventually, after rushing around a little bit, Vim makes his way back to the countertop, and he has some selections of teas that he just made for you. And he motions slightly with his hands for you to come, and he kind of beckons you. Come this way, come this way. Take a smell of these. Tell me what you think. And he lifts up the tea bag and gives it to whoever of the four of you holds their hands out first.
Definitely me. I'm very interested in the kind of smells and herbs and all that kind of stuff.
Well, you now have a tea bag in your hand. You take a whiff of it.
Yep.
I don't get it until I see her smelling it. Then I want one.
Describe for me, Finka, if you would, a good memory that the scent reminds you of.
The entire shop basically reminds Finka of her entire youth growing up. Her mother was a herbalist, so the entire house usually smelled like crushed herbs and sage and rosemary and various other ingredients that went into poultices and stuff that she even helped crush herself. So it brings her back to that like one best memory. And she's got this like big smile on her face right now while smelling it, which you haven't actually seen her smile all day. She's really quite dour most of the time. Like she puns and smirks and that kind of stuff. But this is like happy smile as she just breathes it in deeply. And she kind of snaps out of it for a second, like she was in some kind of trance. Yes. And then she just puts it into the boiling teapot, getting it ready.
He beams at you. Yes, that's good smell. Yes.
Oh, it's delightful. Thank you.
He holds out a separate one at the next person who holds their hands out.
Well, I think this is up to you, Ravogar.
What do you want me to do with it?
Well, sell it, of course. This is your training.
Oh, it's my training. What exactly do I have to do?
I think your training involves smelling a lot of different stuff. Like the floor or the tea bag or the flower.
And I smell it. I mean, I grab and smell it.
Now you give a memory that the scent brings to mind for Ravogar.
The only thing I can remember right now is smelling the floor at the Watcher's Grove. Because he never really cared about the smell until now. Because he thinks he's learning something. Besides that, nothing's too special.
It's a new feeling of smelling things.
A frown traces across Vim's face as he sees the gross apathy you have towards smelling the tea bag. And he hands you a cup of hot water, and he just says, well, yeah, well,
Don't mind
suppose not everyone appreciates the craft.
They've all got to start somewhere, you know?
I thought I was doing alright. Am I not supposed to do that? What did I do wrong?
Nothing. You did perfectly fine. It's all part of the process, training.
Oh, I thought it was something bad. Oh, okay. I knew what I was doing right though. I grabbed
You
the water.
smelled perfectly, amazingly fine.
Yes. See, guys, I learn new things fast.
He grabs the third bag and he gives it to Razan.
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 He gives it to Raisin Bran.
Gives it to Razan. I will do that phonetically.
No problem. So yeah, I take the tea bag and I will go ahead and say this one is cinnamon tea, and it reminds me of the summers at my elven home and stuff like that, where we were forced to learn magic because that's what elves do.
Now, are those good memories, or what kind of memories are those for Razan?
They're bittersweet memories. They're good memories because he remembers his home, but it's bad memories because it's, you know, he wasn't a big fan of it, and the instructor was quite harsh at these times. So a little bit about.
Vim sees the complexities of your facial changes, and as you smell and think, and he says, yes, the tea has a very strange power of bringing us back through our best and worst thoughts. Hopefully, you can dwell on something that brings joy to your face as you drink it. And he takes the last bag, and he hands it to Rexit. Says, for you, my little green friend.
He'll accept the tea bag and sniff it, and he's kind of looking at his friends like, do I eat this?
Not right now. Later.
Rexit does.
For the drink. Trust me, it tastes very good.
Rexit, does the smell remind you or bring any memories to your head? Anything you'd like to share?
The only really solid thing I got in his background, it would probably be his time recovering in the hospital, basically. So it's like, smells like medication.
Oh, yes. The ingredients in these teas do sometimes make herbal remedies. So, you've got a nose to match your dragon friend there. And he has a cup of hot water ready for you as well, but, quite frankly, I don't know what you're going to do with it. So, he slides the cup your way. And he waits eagerly to see the rest of you drinking your tea.
Rexit will most definitely follow his friend's lead, like watch them out of the corner of his eye, make sure, like, all right, how do I do this? All right, okay.
Fine, I would drink the tea this time.
I'm just holding it really close to my face, and so it's like the entire cup is like up to my mouth but near my nose, so I'm like smelling it the entire time and just taking a few sips now and then. And like, just like a sigh of relief comes out, basically.
I follow along closely with what Finka's doing.
I try to drink it like in a only one sip.
As I see him taking one big gulp, I'm like,
That was her.
Do I feel like burn or anything?
I don't know. You're a dragonborn.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Do I feel any burn or anything?
I'm actually just about to check the applicable skill.
well, gold are resistant to fire.
Oh, gold is fire. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
And I can also like pull fire out of my mouth. Like, I don't think I do.
You've had hotter things in your mouth before.
Roll a d20 for me with an advantage, and roll under your constitution.
Oh, Constitution? Save or normal? Check.
Constitution save with advantage.
Okay. Yeah, clicked on it. Where is it? Over here. 11.
You have burned your mouth.
Oh, okay. I'm like, oh, hard, grab.
And most of your throat on the way down. I guess food's gonna taste like rubber for you for the next couple of days.
Grab.
Yeah, I'm just like, ha! And I'm just like belly laughing.
Why did anyone warn me?
You said you were gonna watch. I don't.
I'm just glad Rexit will at least drink it the right way. He will have the best example of what to do right and what to do wrong.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like, all right, don't do that. Halflings seem to do it right. I'm just gonna sip this and not burn myself.
I try to read my wine, see if it helps. You know, like trying like open really fast and like try to chug it down, see if it works.
You don't taste much on it anymore.
I start to cry. I can't taste wine anymore.
Seeing this, Vim actually goes to the shelves in the back, and he comes back momentarily and says, "Here, put this in your mouth, and don't swallow it. Just hold it for a little while. It should help ease the burns." And he just hands you a little salve to put in your mouth.
Fine, I grab it and put it in my mouth and don't swallow it.
Just hold that there for like 5 minutes.
And on my head.
I like whisper to you guys, 5 minutes with peace and quiet.
Finka, what are you doing with the feather right now?
It's still in my pocket at the moment. I haven't actually brought it out.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure this person is connected to it. I didn't want to spook him yet. Just enjoying the tea as it was, and then probably organizing something. Like, I don't know, maybe, yeah, once he goes away, start talking with everyone. This guy's definitely connected. If we talk to him and he does a runner, like, can someone, block the exits? I kind of look around. There's obviously the front we came in, but is there a back way?
There are some shelves behind the counter where he seems to store some of his other wares that he uses to make things on hand. Can't really get a feel for what other might be back there. But from where you're standing, it's just the main entrance to the building.
Maybe one of you walk around while I start talking in case he does it. Just look like you're investigating and looking at some of the herbs and stuff,
Well, if he tries
think
to
that can be
run, I
a
could
Ravogar,
try and
Ravogar.
freeze him, but I don't want to hurt the guy.
I can, have ways to. But, Ravogar, you seem to, as an apprentice, just, have a good go at sniffing a lot of the stuff around him. Act like you're interested. And if he does a runner, grab him quickly.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, keep the salve in.
The thing's still in my mouth. I'm trying not to talk much. And I get up and, pretend I'm looking at stuff.
Vim comes over, and as you're sipping on your tea, he looks at the flower on your lapel, and he laughs. Oh, look at that! Excellent taste, excellent taste. I bought the same flower this afternoon. And he points to his lapel, which has no flower. He looks flabbergasted.
Oh yes, the flower girl. She's a lovely lady. I just like supporting her. A young girl out like that, you must need a little bit of help.
Indeed, he keeps looking at his lapel. Oh, I must have dropped my flower earlier today. Well,
Yes, I do
not a big thing,
think
just a
you
trifle.
did. One more question, and I kind of get a bit close to him, and I take the feather out of my pocket. Would you know anything about a feather like this? It seems quite interesting. I'm just wanting to know a little bit more about it.
I get ready for anything.
His eyes get wide as he sees the feather, and he goes, "He, oh, you want to see the bird, huh?" He says, "Wait right here. I'll be right back."
It's okay. I want to see the individual that owns the bird. Now,
He
we're working
stopped.
with the guild right now, and if you're not cooperative, I will report this to them, and they will not look very kindly on this.
He's confused now.
You should have said that.
He stops short and says, "I
I
own the
spit
bird."
I spit the thing in my mouth on the ground, and is he behind something?
Oh, he's behind the counter right now.
Is there enough space behind this counter for me?
um, Depends on how. No, man his size, not really.
Hmm. But
It would be very snug.
I just lean on the counter then.
I'm
fluid as I can
pushing
get.
a stool over as well, getting a bit higher when I'm talking to him.
He blinks frequently in confusion.
What
I own the
we're
bird.
asking really is, do you know where did you buy the bird? Where did you get it?
Well, I just got the bird yesterday. Said, "Is there something wrong with the bird? Was the bird illicit? Oh, I should have known better than to buy anything from Merle."
From
That-
who?
Oh, from Merle. Merle Lynn. He sells animals down by the harbor.
I look at everyone.
Can I make sure he's not lying? I don't trust this guy right now.
Yeah, make an appropriate check.
It's an insight check.
Insight.
Yeah, normally it's insight.
Yeah,
Well-
make an insight check.
Damn, it wasn't with advantage.
He's being straight with you.
Yeah.
As far as you can tell.
I kind of shrug my shoulders and just say, I'm terribly sorry. And just walk away.
And I
Bit
say,
ashamed.
well, I'm not. Where is this bird?
You do want to see the bird? He asks excitedly. Just a
Oh,
moment.
yes, I won't see the bird. And I look at Rexit.
He goes shuffling off out of view to fetch. You hear the sound of a sweet, gentle whistling from him as he rounds the corner, which is quickly replaced with the melodious sound of a bird whistle as it starts to sing for him as he approaches the cage. Eventually, he brings the whistling bird back out with it perched squarely on his shoulder, his face beaming as he struts out with the little bird in tow. He says, "This beauty cost me a fortune, but it
How much?
sings so sweetly."
How much
And-
the fortune?
What's a fortune?
How much?
I don't like to boast, but it cost me 250 gold pieces.
That is quite a fortune.
It seemed like it was a very expensive bird. Do you think it was because of its special looks?
Well, yes, I'm told it's one of a kind.
One of a kind. I grabbed my notebook and I started like writing it, like stuff like a one of a kind and the colors and like why are people looking at it. That's good to know. Just the feathers one of a kind or actually the species?
Well, you see, from what I've been told, it comes from a very faraway land. So it's one of a kind to the locale.
Oh,
Where
so
it comes
there's more
from,
of it.
I'm sure it's dime a dozen, but here, it's rare.
I just like close my notebook, look at Rex. It's not worth it. We can get it. Somewhere else with less trouble.
You say that out loud in front of him, I'm
Yes.
assuming.
I do.
He is visibly taken aback by you saying that so blatantly in front of him, and he kind of covers the bird and takes a few steps back from you.
And I
You
look
see
back
where-
while I'm like with my back turned to him and say, "Don't worry, I'm not going to take from you yet." And I walk out.
Please forgive my friend here. We weren't meaning to take the bird at all or anything. We're just actually we're with the bird police. That's what she meant by the guild actually.
Oh, the
The
bird
avian
police.
guild. You don't even know the right name. I try to actually help out as I'm hearing it.
Yeah, it's the guild for the guild for protection of birds, something like that. I'm not the name is still a work in progress, but we're trying to find rare birds and such.
Make a bluff roll for me.
Oh man, that's disadvantage. That was terrible.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Let him do it.
24.
Good God.
I guess we're part of a bird guild now.
I'm not even gonna
Of
bother.
the avian
Well,
guild.
no, that's not true. Oh, I'm good at stuff. Okay.
Naturally inside. Yep.
That's excellent. Despite your grin and your convincing demeanor and your companion piping in, he looks at you and says, "Protection."
You see, this is why the name's still in progress because we're new around town.
Well, that's all well and good, but I will be taking my bird back to his cage now. And he just
Oh, there's absolutely no problem.
walks the bird back, and he comes back afterwards and says, "Is there anything else I can help you and your companions with this afternoon?"
Not as far as I'm aware.
You mentioned a guy named Merle. He sold you the bird?
That's right.
Where did he get the bird? Did he say?
I assumed he got it through the normal channels. I mean, he is an animal salesman. He has a pet shop down near the harbor. I've bought lizards from him before, but those things are mighty dreadful. I won't be buying another one anytime soon.
I think that's all the information we need.
Okay.
Yep, sounds about right.
For the tea, that's going to be a gold piece from everybody.
Well, I'm out of there, so either someone has to pay for me or call me.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I'll pay the man.
Okay. Well, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll pick up from here.
Sounds good.
Yep.
And we're back. All right. You all just finished off your tea. Where to next, roving adventurers?
I said we should go see Merlin.
Seems to be our best connection at the moment.
Yeah.
Seems like the only thing we can do now. Stupid ferret thought there was something special.
Yeah, that was just rude. I'm rude sometimes, but that was just rude.
Who, me? Me? I wanted to eat the parrot. I thought it was something special. Maybe it tastes a little bit different. But no, in another place, there's a lot of ferret.
Just as a general rule, you shouldn't go around trying to eat people's bird.
But it was just that because I thought it was special, you know?
Especially not if they cost $250. I mean gold.
Dollars. Oh, okay, go. Oh, yeah. I thought you said something weird. Well, I hope we find a good bird because now I'm sad that I can't eat something special.
We are going to an animal shop. There's probably going to be many birds over there.
Chicken is good.
Just go back to the Watcher's Grove, you know?
Hey, Rexit, what do you think about a chicken that has, like, red-ish feathers? You know, like that one bird? Can you imagine it? Wouldn't it be nice? Yeah, like I thought.
A red chicken sounds like those other ones. The that run away. Turkeys.
That also sounds good. But I'm not as, you know, like you, I don't eat everything, but sure. Let's go to...
Yeah, to the arbor we go. Let us talk less of food and more of doing stuff.
Indeed.
Well, you can work with, you know, your stomach empty, but we just ate, so let's go.
Okay. You know the way to the harbor, so you head down towards that district, and you can poke around. As you get closer to the harbor, you smell the familiar scent of the seawater. You smell the undeniable stench of dead fish, and you see plenty of dock hands working around the moorings of the ships and going about loading and unloading cargo. You know, the usual fare. Asking around, you might be able to find someone who can point you towards Merle Lynn's animal shop. So, I will leave it up to you guys.
Look for the guy with the biggest, craziest hat. He must be the dockmaster.
Make
I'll-
a perception. I'd like you to make a perception check, Rexit.
Yeah.
Okay. You're looking around. You see a man with a hat, and you go straight towards him.
Is it a big fancy hat, or is it just a normal hat?
You walk towards the first person wearing a hat that you see.
Fair enough.
He's just a large human, one of the dock workers. little bit muscly, tanned from working outdoors on the ships, fastening rope to one of the offshore riggings, and he sees you approaching, and he does not seem too keen to be talking to you as he gives you a nasty grimace.
He'll consider his options, look around for a bigger, fancier hat, and then realize, nope, this guy. And he'll just approach and be like, yo, yeah, have you seen Merle's pet place? Lots of animals?
After tying off the knot that's already being worked on in his hands, it takes a couple seconds, but to you it seems like he's ignoring you for a good minute before he finally gets to it. He looks up at you as he's kind of bent over, and he looks directly into your eyes as he's bent over, and just says, "What did you just ask? Let's try that a little slower. I don't speak goblin."
He'll change to common and be like, do you know where the pet store is? It has lots of animals and weird smelly things.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the pet store. He points just a bit to the north, and he indicates that it's not really hard to miss it. It's got a giant skull hanging outside of the front door. But if you just hobble your way like a block up north, you should find it, no problem.
Thank you, my good sir. And he'll like give him like a copper or whatever his pocket change is, and then he'll head off that way.
The dockhand takes a look at it, shakes his hand, and says, "He gave me a button," and he just kind of flips it off into the water.
At least the button wasn't covered in anything.
That's true.
With the,
I'm sorry?
well, what Rexit bags contain is, oh, at least it was a button and not like an old mushroom or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
We hand him a handful of mashed potato.
If anything, Finka is growing mushrooms in Rexit's backpack.
Yes.
Just be like, ooh, what do you got in here?
Probably, actually.
I'm sure your mobile spore container because I'm a walking trash can.
This
Heading
is going to
north.
be the start of a beautiful relationship.
You do
Indeed.
come across an establishment that is seedy and rundown looking, with an enormous cow skull fastened over the main doorway. Scraped into the siding is the single word, animals.
Guys, I found the shop.
No shit, Sherlock. It literally says Big Skull Animal Shop. You know what? The first thing I'm going to ask him is, why is there a big skull for an animal shop?
But I think I found it first, you know?
Well, they
That's why I
obviously
said.
deal with dead creatures as well as live ones.
Are you saying he resells corpses for experiments?
Corpses, bones. Yeah, a lot of that stuff is actually pretty useful sometimes.
Butcher shops are tasty.
And it's just like Rexit to say that. So shall we enter?
Rexit does not have an intelligence score. He thinks with his stomach.
Upon entering, you are confronted with a sight that you have never really seen before in your life. Scores of animals just kind of laid out in open air fenced in enclosures. And you have plenty of different animals. You have puppies and kittens and all sorts of other weird animals like pigs and boars and things that you don't really see too often. Occasionally you see like a deer for some reason.
Any small dragon? Like a little dragon? Dragon.
No dragons.
No? Okay.
The shopkeeper is a tall, gangly half-elf with lustrous silver hair and runny green eyes with a swollen red nose. He sees you come in. Welcome to Verl's Animal Welcome to the animal shop. What can I do for you?
Well, I think I'll start with this one question. Why is the front of your shop a giant skull?
It helped you find the shop, right?
Okay, I guess you got me there.
Excuse me.
Smart.
Sorry.
Very smart.
Can I help you find an animal? He pulls out a hanky and starts dabbing his nose.
Mm.
Well, you can certainly help us trace an animal.
Wait. First, I have a question. You don't have any Dragonite? Just for, just so I know.
Dragonite?
Yeah, like little dragons.
No. I don't deal with people. I deal with animals.
No, never mind.
Better question, I guess, is are all the animals on display alive?
There's a dead parrot on the counter. But
If
most of
nobody's
the other ones
looking,
are alive.
if nobody's looking at the dead parrot, it will disappear into Rexit's backpack.
Like you to make a, what was that?
It would be sleight of hand, I think.
Sleight of hand check, please. Cool.
No.
Not bad.
Pocket a parrot. The shopkeeper is distracted, blowing his nose at the moment while you swipe it. Where do you put it?
Just in the backpack with all my other things to be eventual foodstuffs.
Like the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Bit of wine, a mushroom or two.
After blowing his nose, he turns back to you and says, "Trace an animal? What, like you want to know where it came from? Like what I've sold?"
Well, yeah, exactly. You see, we are aware that there's this one red parrot, this red like the sunset. We've been told, and we know you sold it to Vim, right? But we were wondering where it came from because we know this parrot actually belonged to someone in the city.
Oh, parrot.
I
He
hold up the
stops him.
feather to kind of refresh his memory. Like, yeah, this thing.
Oh. He stops for a moment and says, "I swear I had a parrot right in front here just a moment ago." And he looking around at the countertop. Well, I remember that red parrot. Yes. Curious folks came in the other day looking to sell it to me. You know, I get all sorts of weird characters here looking to buy and sell animals, so... Wait a minute. You're not with the cops, are you?
No, We are aware of the bird police, but that is not us.
Okay. Couple of dock workers the other day. They brought the parrot. Said they wanted some cash for it, so I offered them like an honest price, but they took it. So I got a parrot. I got a parrot cheap. I sell a parrot for a lot. You know, standard business.
Yeah, buy low, sell high, and all that stuff.
Where did they say they were coming from? Oh, they were here just the other day. They said something about needing to offload a whole bunch of cargo, and the parrot was just one of the things they needed to get rid of. People really need to watch what they say around here, I swear. I hear everything. The one guy's name was Aster. Aster, yeah. I think he's a regular with the what are they? Oh gosh, the name escapes me for a moment here.
No, yes, of course. Take your time.
Well, you're the ones who came to me. Yeah, they're one of those Edgewater boys. You know, rough and tumble folks. They're usually milling around on the docks. If you ask around for Aster, you might find him, but if anybody asks why you're looking for him, don't tell them that Merle told you where to find him.
What's Aster look like?
He's a big fella. He's a standard dock worker. He's a big, broad-shouldered dwarf guy. Yeah, dwarf guy. Bright blonde beard. Usually wears a red bandana. Man, seems kind of trite. But either way, he rubs his nose. He's one of the regular dock workers around here. One of the few dwarves. You should probably won't have too much trouble tracking him down. Gosh, why did I start an animal shop? He rubs his eyes with his handkerchief. My allergies are killing me.
So I guess we'll have to find a dwarf now.
Yep, a bright blonde dwarf this time. Okay, well, thank you for your help.
Now don't forget, don't tell him Merle sent you.
Your secret's safe with us.
Oh, right.
I was saying the shop whenever everyone's leaving. If they're leaving right now. Whenever they leave, I want to stay.
I'm leaving.
Yep, leaving.
You wanna? I have a question for you. This dwarf, did he do anything to you? I'm just wondering. Is he like big, you know?
No, he just sold me a parrot. But I don't want to bring any trouble around. I got a lot of animals to watch out for.
Yeah, I thought something was up. That's why I didn't want us bringing trouble. But that's fine. Our name won't be said. And I won't.
All right. He goes back to looking for the dead parrot.
Search for the dwarf. Anyone have got a clue or something?
No, I don't come here very often.
Yeah, I don't either, but we have 2 clues. His name is Aster, and he's a dwarf. That should be enough.
I didn't find any clues.
Wonder what these Edgewater folk are about.
Exactly.
These-
He mentioned it was with Edgewater. What is that?
Would any of us know anything about edge water?
That's a great question. Make a knowledge check.
It would be history.
Oh,
Me.
sorry. History. We'll do history. History's good.
I start my Ravogar studies a lot. Can I do it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, 14.
You said 14?
Yeah, Finka was 16.
Okay. You plumb the depths of your mind, remembering some of the things you've studied up on, and just from your time around Kintala, and you just kind of recall that the term edge waters is kind of a vague term used to reference an association of different dock hands, sailors, and other fishermen who keep an eye on the happenings around the port and the coast near the city. It's not like an official guild per se, but it's a group of people who call themselves by that name just for, the sake of the unity. So you're basically looking for a regular around the harbor.
Okay, so like basically a group of people who take care of the harbor.
They keep the peace, so to say.
Oh, okay. I guess, yeah. Does everyone know that, or?
Well, you sure do.
Yeah, otherwise I'll tell them.
Ah, so thugs then.
Oh, could be thugs or just actually good people. We never know. There's only one day to find out.
And we'll find out when we meet them. So let's ask around. I try and spot like someone who looks like a sailor, like just a dock worker or something or other.
You can't spit without finding one, so it doesn't take much looking.
Oh, sorry, what?
They're everywhere.
You can't. Yeah, you can't spit without hitting one, so there's one really close by.
Oh, okay. Well, I just go to a random guy and just ask him, "Do you know where Aster would be? He's this dwarf with the bright golden beard."
Looks up, says, "You're looking for Aster?
Yes,
What, does the drunk owe you money?"
I know he doesn't know me anything. It's just he's a friend of mine. I'm just trying to find him around this place. I don't come here often.
Let's see, Aster. I think he was over on the south side today. He points down the other direction. He should be at Dock 3. That's about where he normally is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go back to the group and share the knowledge.
Dock 3 we go.
And
Are
let's
we
go.
going to talk to this guy, or are we going to, intimidate him or follow him,
Well, we'll just ask him questions, and if he gives us a reason to intimidate him, then we will.
Well, yeah, he just sold the bird from what we know.
You get to Dock 3. You see a boat moored on the dock. Looks like a cargo ship. You see a handful of dock workers and sailors nearby, and it doesn't take a trained eye to see the man that matches the description you've been given, otherwise known as Aster. He is milling about near some boxes on the dock, and he seems to be having a hard time standing up straight.
Who wanna go first?
I say you handle this one, Fika.
All right, then. Not promising anything.
I'll
Kinda
come
like
with you, of
strolls up.
course.
Quietly. Asta. Like, walk past him a couple foot and then turn around and say, oh, Asta, right?
He turns from the task he's doing and sways a little bit in places. I'm Asta. Who are you?
Their name's Finka. I'm just going to get right to it and say, you saw the bird the other day, showing the red feather. We're after the person that this bird belonged to before that.
Yeah, I sold that bird. That I did. Got a pretty penny for it, too. Got me plenty of... He holds up a bottle. Yeah, takes a swig of it and throws the rest of it in the harbor. The bird. Yeah, a fella came by the other... Wait a minute. Shakes his head. Lets out a long belch. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, a fella came by the other day. Dropped off this nice covered cage, fancy-like. Said he wanted us to take the bird and sell it. Well, didn't really ask any questions. A bird's a bird. Money is money. And drink is drink. You know?
So you're telling us a random guy came and told you to sell a bird.
Aye, yeah.
Can I side check him, see if he's lying?
Go for it.
Crap.
Can you describe the dude who dropped off the bird?
Wait, first, do I realize anything?
Well, you know he's not being entirely forthright.
Okay. I'll let Rexit ask first.
He says, oh, well, he was one of them merchant folk, you know. He goes on to describe Kraglin fairly accurately from what Becca told you.
Why do you want to sell the bird? And why you?
Huh?
You know, why did he want to sell the bird? It's an expensive bird. Why wouldn't he just sell it himself, you know? And why did he give it to you? How did he know you?
Oh. I don't know. He burps again.
How many people around us?
There's probably like another 3 dock hands, and a good number of them, they're not really bothered by you guys being there, but they are stopping and watching what's going on occasionally as they go about their work. The sailors on the boat rigged nearby are doing the same, like just kind of seeing what's the commotion near the boat, but they're not really doing much of anything.
I want to put my hand on his shoulder, get close, and say, listen here. I don't really believe on this whole story of someone coming here and saying, oh, sell this bird for me. So, I'm going to ask you one more time. A random guy just came and said, do you want to sell this bird? And you sold it and got coin for it. Is that all that happened?
You're making an intimidate, and you're intimidating him, I assume?
Yeah, intimidation check. Okay.
Go for it. Oh, hey. Aster quivers a little bit as you tower over him. He says, "Yeah, that was the lot of it I knew, but I was told to take the parrot and sell it by the captain. The captain told me to do it."
What's his
He,
name?
he points at the guy with the biggest hat on the ship.
I can't believe this, but Rexit was right. Look for the guy with the biggest hat.
Apparently so. Maybe this wild goose chase is gonna end.
Before I release his shoot, I wanna like use my nails that they're kind of sharp, or just like put like inside his skin for a moment, like to pierce it and then take it out.
He rubs his shoulder after you let go. "Yeah, just go talk to Captain Whaley."
Who will? Don't you dare lie to me again. And I look at the group and say, yeah, that's all I got.
Captain Whaley sees the commotion and he starts coming down the gangplank. Just another human. He's dressed in kind of your typical white shirt, big floppy hat. He's got a sailor's jacket. He works his way down. He says, "Hey, you bothering my dock hands?"
Ah, no, not at all. Just asking questions.
We were
Questions?
bothering your dock hands, actually. We're now bothering you.
We're
That's
just
true.
That's not bothering, or is it?
Well, while they're talking, can I just take a quick look around these crates on the dock as well, seeing if they're like general store kind of stuff, you know, related to the shop?
Make a perception check.
23.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, these goods look suspiciously general store.
Kind of whisper you, Roshan, like silent speech telepathically. It's like, they've got some of the goods here on the dock.
Sounds about right.
That was like telepathically, so you just heard that in your head, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Ghostwise.
Thank you. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a
didn't want
ghost
him to hear
halfling
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Wait, she's like, never mind. I'll get to it later. Ah, okay. Great. So I'm gonna say to the captain, like, so I was made aware that you possess some goods that are not exactly your own. If you catch my drift.
He stares at you blankly. "Well, of course these goods aren't mine. I'm shipping them for someone."
Uh-huh. And who would you be shipping them for? Who's the big boss here?
Oh. He points at himself. "I'm the captain. I'm the big boss."
Okay, so if you are the big boss, you know the bird and those items that you have in your crates used to belong to someone called Kreglin. Someone called Kreglin.
Shakes his head. "Yeah. He brought the crates to us.
We'd
Told
like
us
to
ship
know.
them."
We'd like to know where he is right now.
"I would too, because he's got to pay me for the rest of the shipment pricing."
Ah. Well, you see, we are also looking for him for. It's not exactly the same, but he is also owing us money.
Huh. Okay. Um,
To that, I'll just sigh.
Is the captain lying here? Is he like...
make another insight check.
Natty 20.
Yeah, you're good at that. He's telling the
Yes,
truth,
I'm
though.
rolling really well. Ah,
This is the first nat 20 by player for our session. Yay!
yay. I just
Well-
like, under my breath, like say basically like the filthiest curse word kind of thing. I'm like, he's telling the fucking truth. Oops, sorry, I shouldn't actually say it out loud. Telling the truth, you know. Well, you know,
We can bleep that, right?
yeah, sorry.
I'm pretty sure this is live. Hang on, headquarters are telling me that no, we cannot
From
bleep
New
live
York.
stuff.
Oh, geez. But yeah, he's telling the truth. He says, "Well, here's the deal. You're looking for this guy. Is there anything I should be worried about?"
I have a question. You told us that he came here and give you stuff so you can sell it, right?
Ship it.
Oh,
Yes.
ship it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then why did your friend right there said that you told him to sell a bird?
Well, he wanted me to take the boxes and ship them, and he gave me the bird as partial payment and told me that we could just go ahead and sell it. And it only wound up being worth like 15 gold, so it wasn't even really a fair trade. So
The bird's worth about 100.
No,
Well, I think the
bird.
guy said he bought it for 250.
Yeah, 250. Yeah,
what? It was worth how much?
250.
Ah.
Yeah, I think he got stiffed on that one, buddy. I don't think
Esther!
it was his fault either.
I'm gonna flog your hide. You sold that bird for 15 gold. 50. He storms over and starts berating Aster in front of everybody. He momentarily turns aside and he says, Okay. Well, we've got his goods. He's gonna have to come back at some point. So I don't know. I can tell you where I'm shipping them.
Yeah, that helps.
He hands you. I mean, he storms off into the ship's cabin, and after a couple minutes, he comes out with a duplicate manifest. He says, "Here, this guy sounds like a deadbeat. Just take this. I don't care. This is where he wanted the stuff sent." But at this point, I don't know if I'm even going to be able to do it.
If nothing else, you have many crates of nice stuff.
True. But if I had to put my money on it, this guy would probably be trying to secure passage to this location. So there you go.
What's the fastest way to this location, whatever the page says, that isn't by your boat?
Well, it's across the sea, so it's not quick.
Do you think he might have been caught a ride on a different ship, or is he coming back and paying for passage on your boat?
Oh, we don't ship people. So he would have found passage some other way.
Any passenger ships leaving the harbor of late that you know of?
Well, soon to leave.
Let's see. Thumbing his nose a little bit. He says, I don't really keep too good a track of the passenger ships. You'd have to speak to the dockmaster about that.
Does he have a bigger hat?
Yes, he does.
Told you guys.
He adjusts his hat. Has a big floppy feather. But yeah, the dockhand, he has a bigger hat than mine. Big red feather. You can't miss him.
Okay, and when's the last time did you actually see the guy?
Let's see, he dropped the bird off. He gave us the address the other day. We picked up the goods. He gave us the other place where the other boxes were.
Other place?
It was.
Go back. Other place?
Oh yeah. He had his shop, and then he had a smaller place where he kept some of his other goods.
Where was that?
Oh, that was down near the slums. It was a pretty big haul to have to carry all that stuff around.
Can you give us the location of that house in the slums, or?
I will try and get as much back as owing to you if you do give us the information, you know.
He fidgets for a little bit and says, normally I would keep this kind of stuff confidential, but this guy sounds like a real deadbeat. Here, maybe you can find him there. He gives you the address.
Well, we searched the slums. Would you be so kind as to figure out if there are any passenger ships leaving?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
I can flag the ones that have left or are leaving for the offshore place. So, all right.
We will search the slums and get back to you.
Excellent.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. To the slums we go.
Yeah, to this line.
The slums. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna need to take a quick break for a second. I'll be right back in a moment or two. You guys can we break for just a moment? I'll be right back. Okay, so you have the address of the home of the building in the slums, and I assume that will be our next destination.
Yep.
It's definitely getting late at this point. As fully aware, we've done an awful lot of running around tracking down this person who wants to not be found. So the sky is getting dark at this point. As you make your way through the city, you get to the slums. The air gets thick and almost choking as you close in on the slum district. It's not a very friendly place to be, especially not at night. That's for sure.
It smells like home.
But
It does.
you make your way to home without any real issue. It looks like, as you get closer, a derelict residence. The windows are boarded up, or looks like its lock was recently smashed off, and it's slightly ajar. It's a two-story house. As you look at it from the outside, it's made out of rough wood, and it backs up pretty close to an alleyway that connects to one of the roads leading through the slum area. So you have a building.
Circle around it, make sure there's no back door, and then investigate it.
There's no back door. There are a few other windows, however. Oh, geez. You, while looking around, easily notice that one of these windows looks to have been pried open, and it is half hanging off its hinges.
Rexit will point it out to the others.
Whew. In fact, as you're examining it, you hear a loud crashing noise from inside the building.
I do believe he's home.
Upstairs or downstairs?
It sounds like it came from upstairs.
Should someone stay outside to make sure no one makes a break for it, or we're just gonna go in quick?
Is anyone here able to go quietly?
I can.
I mean, the door
I'm
is
not
open,
the
right?
most quiet person, but I can stay. I can stay here, and if he tries to flee, I'll get him.
A little bit dexterous.
Ravi, give me and Finka a boost to the window.
Got it. They get ready to give him a boot.
I figure you're the brawny half dragon, and you can pick up a goblin and a halfling.
One in each arm.
How tall? How high is this window?
The window is just basically right off the ground, so
Oh,
I'm assuming you need a boost is because you're short.
yeah, just like try to put him up there.
I mean, Rexit could probably climb 6 feet, but if he's got a 6-foot walking ladder, hey, put me up about 8 feet.
Okay, I put him like on the window. Try to like put him in.
If nothing else, you can make a game of it and just try and shot put us through a window.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so we should be fine.
Okay.
Who else wanna go?
So you... Sorry, go for it.
I just wanna know who else is going to want to get inside.
I mean, Kuro said he wasn't, or sorry, wrong name. I'm blanking on it. So Ravogar and other guy, blanking name, can watch the door while the halfling and the goblin now go through the second story.
Okay, so Finka, do you wanna go in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I also help her up.
Okay, so you're boosting her up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Look at Razan. That's how you pronounce it? Razan? Razan, right? I don't know if you can hear it.
Okay, so to recap here, you're boosting people to the second floor? Is that what I heard you say?
No, the open
No.
window. The open window.
They're just going through the open window. Okay, just making sure.
Well, the
that's
one
right.
that had the crowbar pried off its
Yeah.
hinges.
Right. Okay. So Rexit was thrown in first, right?
He would have taken lead since he asked Ravagor for the boost first, but he would have waited for Finka.
Trying to be as quiet as possible.
Okay. The two of you are slipped in through the broken window, one after the other. I would like the two of you to make stealth checks for me, please. Excellent.
Oh.
Not so excellent.
I just give her some of my stealth.
As I'm going through, my legs kick that window a little bit, and it kind of jars and makes a noise like, and it gets down quietly. Sorry.
Exactly. You hit
While
the
I'm
floor
inside-
quietly enough.
While I'm inside here, I'm just talking completely silent speech to you as well, Rexit. So telepathically.
You are in a small home now. You look like you've made your way into a sitting area. Directly across from you is a small table with a pair of chairs. To your right, a wood stove, and all the way across from you, you see the front door and the foyer. To your left is a closed door. And in this building, you see all sorts of trash strewn about, cobwebs and such. And you see some of the fire tending equipment, like the poker and the shovel and the tongs, just kind of thrown haphazardly on the floor. This place looks like it hasn't really seen much use in recent years.
I keep listening for that sound above.
Okay.
Hearing for creaks in the wood or like another bang or crash or even just talking or that kind of stuff.
Well, you definitely hear another creak moments after you both land in the building.
Coming from above us?
It came from the floor above you. When you made that noise on your way in, whoever was up there stopped for a moment and then started walking again.
I guess we will tiptoe deeper into the house.
Yep.
Moving your way past the table and chairs, you see a stairway on your right that leads up to the second floor. And to the left, you see just a small, narrow room in the house. It has some crates stacked up in the sides. They look to be empty at this point, overflowing with garbage and other useless bric-a-brac.
I would like to investigate the stairs, see if they're just rotty, crumbly way, or if we can suitably sneak our way up the stairs.
The stairs look to be in pretty good condition. Solid wood like the rest of the house. No guarantee on the creakiness, though.
Yeah, I'd probably hit that one creaky spot.
If nothing else, me and Finka are probably small enough that we can take the stairs at the same time, side by side. So if we hit a creaky spot, it will be able to blend together rather than us going up one at a time and hitting the creaky spot multiple times.
Right. Why don't we go ahead and roll another stealth check for the two of you? Rexit, go ahead and have advantage on this roll because of your wicked great stealth roll that you had last time.
Another 8.
At least you're
Perhaps-
consistent.
Good.
I was going to say, could I perhaps give her coaching lessons on how to be sneakier following in my wake?
Yeah, okay, next time.
Yeah, you totally could. And I will I'll let that advantage from the coaching go for this one as well. So there you go. You follow in Rexit's footsteps with his coaching, and up the stairs you go without a creak.
Meanwhile, since I'm outside, can I spot anything different? The lights move or whatever?
You don't see any lighting on the second floor, but you do hear the occasion from the inside of the house.
From
Still.
Finka, I assume.
No, from the second floor.
From the second floor, okay.
Yep.
You probably heard her making her entrance, but we've been quiet since.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, just like stay on the door so if someone tries to come out of it.
Yep.
Eventually.
Okay. I'm wondering if I'm doing this right. Are you guys seeing any maps on Roll20?
You got to drag over the player tab that should be hanging over a map.
Yep, that one.
So you've got all your maps there, and there's like a little tab that seems to hang over one of them, which should be on the main map. If you drag that over to the one, then we can see that one.
Oh my gosh. What? Oh, look. A little person. Can you see anything, Ari?
Nope.
Nope.
Need to move the players tab map.
Well, if you look at, the main map, it should have like a little extra little icon over the top of it. If you drag that icon where you want it to be, to the map you want. Like instead of just clicking on the map, you've got to drag that icon, because that's what we can see, that little icon that's on the main map. The city
I have
map.
no clues what you guys are talking about. I know the map's supposed to change, but other than that, I'm lost.
Yeah, like whenever you click on there's to open all the maps. There's like the players on one map, like a red thing, a red banner or whatever, like saying players. Click on it and drag to the map you want us.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that makes sense now.
So you get to the maps you want.
You guys are the
There we
best.
go.
You guys are the
There.
best. All right. You guys are the best. Thank you. That was great. See, you learn something new every day.
Just seeing black right now because it's like fog of war.
Yep.
Yep.
But that's fine because there we go. All right. Yeah, I'm feeling good about this. Woo! Cool. Yeah, I was wondering where we were. All right, good. Okay, cool. So here we are. Rexit and Finka coming up the stairs. Two of you.
Doesn't Finka have a token? I thought she had.
Map layer?
I must have set it up properly. I thought I put it on, but yeah, I can do it.
Map
next.
layer? Does that work?
No, I can see the picture of me, but yeah, not token. Yeah, that's right. For
Oh.
now.
Is it token now? Or what?
Yeah, it's a white. Yeah, it's fine for now. Yeah, I'll put on a proper circle-y token next time.
Okay. Well, there we have it. So you're coming up the stairs. Nice and quiet like. So, sneaky folks, how we doing?
Which way was the sound? And I'm going to kind of like, as sneaking up, looking in that direction.
It was coming from the far right back section, like in this area.
Yep.
So I assume there's a door blocking our vision of the next room, kind of thing.
Correct. You see a large open space, obviously, but there is a door along the far wall, like right here. And this looks to be another elongated hallway. But you also, I want to indicate, on your way up the stairs, you did hear another bump as you were creeping your way to the second floor. Again, coming from this direction.
I'll turn to Finka and whisper, door or hallway?
I'll keep an eye on the hallway, and you maybe have a quick look in that room.
Okay. is the door solid and like the room's construction solid enough, or can I find like a hole in the wall and peek through that?
The wall is still in one piece.
Well,
So-
I guess I'll have to pop the door open a little bit and peek inside.
All right, make a stealth roll.
And I'm going to the wall nearby, kind of looking down the hallway, but keeping an eye on Rexit.
You have to give us control of our tokens unless you want to move them. You should be able to click each token and then it's like assign control.
Come on. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, all right. We're getting good at this. Controlled by, determined by character settings. Okay. 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 I'm not good at that. All right, I'll move it. So you want to sidle the wall like here? Finka?
Yep, right where you put me. Awesome.
And you want to open the door.
Yeah, just open a crack, see if I can see anything, smell anything, get details of what's in the room beyond, basically.
Cool. You gingerly push the door open. And as you do, a room, a bedroom with a rundown looking bed and a dresser and a trunk at the foot of the bed. Again, there's some more crates that are stuffed with essentially garbage, but at a first glance, you don't see anything. There's your immediate attention in there.
I'll give Finka a nod and I'll come stand behind her so we can peek around the hallway. Room's clear.
Sweet.
Cool. I think I'd like you to also make one more stealth check for me.
$15 total. Better.
Yeah,
The coaching is helping.
it certainly is. Down the corner, and you see. Oop,
Suddenly the room moves.
suddenly the room shifts.
Earthquake! Quick, duck! This man has more
You see
magic than we thought.
You see a pair of skulking, cloaked figures in the back. They're milling about, and I'm wondering if you can see them.
Nope.
We couldn't see them, and now everything's disappeared except for the background.
We're so stealthy we disappeared.
It might be
Exactly.
in the DM layer, so you might have to like right-click the tokens.
I am so bad at this. There we go. All right.
The DM side of thing takes a couple minutes.
All right. How's that?
We see bad guys, but everything else is still gone.
Yes. What the? All right. How's that? Did that work? I don't even know what I did.
Our tokens are back, but the stairs and bed and chest and stuff are gone.
All right. Cool. Let's just go with it for now.
I was going to say, we don't really need those.
Does it
There's
look like they're doing anything at all? Are they looking over something, or they?
They are. Oh, look at that. They appear to be looking at some paperwork in their hands. Oops, someone's drawing me stairs. Thank you. But they have not noticed you peeking around the corner at them.
I hold it. I hold a hand to like Rexit and telepathically go, "Should we get the other people in here?"
He'll nod. Can you do the mind thing to them outside?
I do the thumbs up, and then I'll like they'd be within 30 feet still, wouldn't they? Yep. So I telepathically go for Raishan and Rav, and be like, "Hey, get in here. Take the stairs on the right. There's 2 guys up here."
You say exactly those words.
Pretty much, yeah.
I look at Razan and say, "Well, we should do a nice entrance then."
I think going sneakily is better.
Oh, come on, really? Are you sure they're in
And then I
Look,
just
let
telepathic back.
me go first.
Probably sneaky as you can be.
Let me go first, and then you can do whatever your thing is. All right?
I let him go first. Say, sure.
I go up the stairs and prepare for the worst.
Would you like to try it sneakily?
Yes.
I'll wait until he goes, and if he doesn't make too much noise, if I don't hear much noise, I'll try sneakily. Otherwise, if he makes too much noise, I would just run.
That's a 50.
Hey, great job. You slink your way up the stairs. You avoid the creaky spots, and you find yourself at the stairs. And can everyone see you?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. And Ravogar, you're going to come in after him?
Well, did I see if he did well? Like, did he seem like he squeaked at all? Like he stepped on something?
He walked into the building, heard nothing from him since he went in. He was the quietest elf you've ever seen.
Then I would say, yeah, maybe I can do it too. I have disadvantage because of my armor.
Awesome.
Where is the stealth here? Oh, 11. Yeah, it's not that good. Not that bad.
Oh, you know what? Apparently these guys are too busy paying attention to the paper in their hand to notice that all of you have snuck your way into the second floor area.
That must be a fascinating book report they found.
I know, right?
Yep.
Come on, Rev. Get in here.
Especially with the Dragonborn with the big plate mail, it just goes like shing, 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 shing.
Do the guy? Oh,
right.
building's gone.
So now the building's gone, but every feature's there now.
Oh, yeah, he put the features like behind everything.
Hey, look, my stairs were pretty darn on point.
Yep.
That's true. Okay.
I think if you press Ctrl Z, we come back.
Oh, maybe. I swear I'll get this one of these days. Making for really entertaining gameplay.
We're working on it.
There you are. Hey, cool.
I
don't know
can't,
how
like,
you...
we can't put our own tokens if we just drag it in.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
Man, that would have been good to know.
yeah, I didn't want to do that because maybe you had like a plan in your mind, but since that's
No, you're good. Okay, well. Oh my god.
Good enough.
Good enough. All right, whatever. Cool. All right. You guys can see all the little dudes, right?
Yep.
All right, good. We're good to go then. I like it. Well, you guys have the upper hand right now, so
Get my
I'll let
stick
you-
ready and cast my shillelagh on it.
Do the sneaky people look like fellow guild members, or are they just black hooded figures?
they are just black hooded, cloaked figures.
We bludgeon them unconscious and then interrogate them.
While they're distracted, I kind of give the thumbs up to everyone, and telepath, yeah, right, yeah.
Ravogar seems
Okay.
confused. Like, what's happening? What we do?
Just turn to him and go, not pointy end, use flat end.
And then I point to my sword like this.
Flat part, not pointy part.
That.
Okay, got it.
And then I cover basically that entire area in what's it called? Entangle.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
That's
Everyone
when
roll
they
initiative.
realize. Would I get the entangle off first?
Oh yeah, that would open it.
Ooh.
I assume we have a surprise round, so we're all
They
going to
have
get
to
one action
succeed on a
before they go.
strength saving throw. Can they all do it? Both do a strength saving throw,
Can they?
or be
I don't know this.
range?
How does one do initiative? I did the roll thing, but
So
Yeah,
yeah,
you have
one of
to
them
put-
fails. The
You
second
have
fails.
to click on your token so it goes directly to for an order.
Okay, so this guy.
I have to click on my token so it goes to the turn order.
Yeah, you click on your token and roll initiative.
Come on. Let's just draw a thing on him. He's
Oh,
entangled.
okay.
Now you can edit it so you get the actually 19 you got.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Everyone's rolling 7.
Good number.
There's like 3-7.
No, that's the jackpot.
Okay, now how do I get this in here? How do I get a new guy in there?
You just click drag and drop. Or you can Control Z, Control V on the click on it. Control Z. Or do you want to put it on initiative? Do you want to?
Yeah, I want to put a new initiative in there.
Oh, right click, add turn on the token.
Click on their token. Oh, add turn. Okay. Oh, look at you. Okay. I rolled terrible.
Well, we just rolled 17.
No, the other one isn't letting me add turn. I swear. Okay. Okay.
I'm guessing he's behind the other guy anyway, so keep the
Yeah.
initiative order.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, so you guys, you've got the rest of your surprise round, but the one guy's entangled, the other one is not. Let's see, so just a bunch of random vines and shoots just comes shooting out of the floorboards around him, and they grapple his feet, just wrapping around his boots and up his calves, and just he drops the paper he's holding, and he just starts sputtering like, what's this? And the other guy turns and looks, and with a flourish of the cloak goes, what the heck? So, who would like to? So let's see. Finka went in the surprise round. Rexit. Do you like?
I would indeed. I would like to step around the corner and clobber that guy's shins with a. I guess since my rapier doesn't really do non-lethal very well, I'd like to retcon and say I picked up one of those fire pokers and I'm just about to club his knee with a fire poker.
Sounds good.
Pay no mind that it says rapier.
All right, you brandish your poker and you swing low, and he's caught flat-footed as it slams into the back of his calves. Why don't we go ahead and roll the damage on that? Let's see, it would be basically an improvised weapon, so why don't we just do, what, like D4?
As you wish. Would he still get his dexterity and combat bonus, or are you just going flat damage?
Since it's an improvised weapon, I don't believe you're proficient with an improvised weapon. And that +5 is basically like your dexterity bonus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So since it's not a finesse weapon, it's just a weird club. We're going to go straight damage on that.
All right, then it would just be that 2 then. Or actually, no, since he's got the dueling fighting style, so while he only has one weapon, he gets a +2 damage. So 4. Aha.
Oh, nice. I love it. All right. The poker connect with a loud thunk, and the recipient of the blow goes ah as he kind of winces from the impact to the back of his legs. So you moved and you attacked. We've got any other actions we need to worry about for you, Rexit?
I'll be good. The other 2's all them.
Cool. Ravogar or Razan.
Kind of yelling out at this time. Tell us where Kraglin is. To them.
I'll move in line of sight, and I will use my I will chill touch the guy that is entangled by Finka.
Okay, so this guy in the back here.
Yep.
Cool. So describe for me that chill touch.
You have advantage on this as well.
Oh yeah.
Because he's restrained.
I'll just do another roll then. So, well, that's 11. I created a ghostly skeletal and just right behind him. He doesn't know what's going on and just grabs him on the shoulders and chills him to the bone.
It is definitely successful.
All right.
The chilly skeleton wraps around him, and face to face with a terrifying skeleton, he lets out a startled gasp, and you can tell he's doing his best to stifle a scream.
It deals a very, very great 1 damage.
Yeah.
Oh,
one
yeah.
damage.
He's
a bit
wearing
chilly.
a winter cloak.
Exactly.
It's like a cold draft just came in.
Ooh, I could have sworn I just saw a blue skeleton. Any other actions we need to worry about?
Nope, that's for me.
Cool. Ravogar.
Okay. I will very sadly walk here. How bad do they look, the enemies?
Now, define what you mean by bad.
Do they look like they're very tired, like from the attack, like almost dying? They almost falling unconscious. That's what I mean. Sorry. because they're not trying to kill them.
One got clubbed in the knees, the other one got chilly.
Yeah.
They're cloaked, so it's kind of hard to tell too much, but they still look like they're standing pretty straight. They don't look too ragged at this point.
Fine. I look at you, Rexit. I look at the guy in front of you, and I say, "Fine. I will not kill him, but I'm going to give him quite a bit of damage, and hit him with my great sword."
Oh my.
I mean, you're swinging a sword bigger than Rexit, so he can't really complain.
12. Crap.
Now, since he's engaged by another enemy, is he considered flanked?
No, I think it's only if you're like that. Like,
Yeah, flanking is
Yeah,
back to back.
yeah, like this or like
the
this.
variant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I do miss,
Cool. So you got a 12.
yeah.
Describe your action for me.
I pull out my great sword and lift it up from the air and try to go from the top to bottom.
So you're bringing it down like an executioner does.
Pretty much, but not on the face. I only hit like the chest.
Okay. Your blow connects. Roll for damage.
Oh wow, I didn't think it would hit.
Well, you put a little heft to it, and his guts go spilling out as you slash your greatsword across him. He lays on the ground, watching his blood and entrails as they spill out onto the ground, sputtering.
He died.
He's dead.
I told you not to do that.
One of them alive?
Exactly.
I look at everyone like I didn't think they were that weak.
Look at the size of you. You swinging a sword bigger than me.
Yep.
But like, let me see if I still have move left. I have like 10 feet left.
You look plenty scary.
I think it's half movement, right? To put a sword back, like a sheathed up sword.
You want to sheathe your sword?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like changing weapons that's half movement, but sheathed sword, I don't know how much it is.
Okay.
I'll throw my sword on the ground. Just then. I don't know if I can sheathe it. Can I?
I'm sure you could always pick it back up afterwards.
Then I just like drop it and say, "Fine, I want to use my sword."
If nothing else, Rexit will just offer his fire poker.
That's the vines and stuff everywhere in there, so that's difficult terrain.
Oh yeah, so like this area is pretty difficult to get through.
Yep, covered in noble ground roots.
Well, that was the surprise round. So, Finka, you're first.
Yep. Kind of come around the corner and just look, big guy here is rather good with that sword. Yeah. Do you know anything about this Kraglin? You'd be ashamed if that sword went into you as well, you know?
The irony as we just killed Kraglin. That would suck.
The guy in the back pulls the hood down. You can see he's visibly frightened, and he just says, "We were just here scavenging. We were here looking for. Geez, we were looking for him. We were looking for Kraglin. He owes us money. We were trying to find him."
I visibly let out another filthy curse word, just loudly.
Rexit will follow suit and curse in Goblin.
I curse in Dwarven then. And then in Draconic.
Do you know where he is, at least?
We heard this was his house, but we just got up here to the second floor. We didn't find anything. He looks at his companion. Oh gosh, he's actually dead.
If you tell us what we need to know quickly, I can bring him back with a cure wounds, because he's probably only dead around so far. Maybe he hasn't failed his death saves just yet.
Oh, God.
Up to DM, I mean, that was a pretty solid 13 hit points. So if he only had like 5, he's beyond.
No, he's not gone. So it is possible. He looks bewildered and he said, "We just checked the second and the first. We just checked the second floor here. We didn't have a real good chance.
Quickly, he's dying there. He's dying. Look at him. He's dying.
We didn't get a chance to check the first floor. You know, some of these old houses, sometimes they have hidden basements. I swear.
That's true.
We just came here to look for him. We don't really actually know where he is."
Well, let's go check the basement then. Like, this was all the area on the top floor, wasn't it? There was no other doors or anything?
Correct.
Like, there's no
Perfect to
secret
move.
parts up here either, or?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Are we free to move?
Yeah,
I didn't move. Who moved me? It wasn't me.
it was me, sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
I just.
The other
I just
guy
wanna-
falls to his knees. He's still entangled, and the vines creep up him, and he says, "Can you please save him?"
I just want to get close to this. I'll grab my
I
sword
know you
from the
need
ground.
help, but can I use maybe my medicine and my like herbalism kit to like kind of staunch the wound?
I don't think there's any staunching a like cut the guy in half.
I really don't feel like using a spell. I don't like that.
It could get some information out of the guy who's still alive, so it might be worth it in the end.
Fine. But if you need a little healing lately, like after this, don't come complaining to me then.
Rexit will happily accept that deal.
All right, I give him a cure wounds then before he dies.
While that's happening, I want to go to this guy on his knees after grabbing my sword. And I want to just like inspect him and take every weapon he has or anything else he has with him.
He only has a sword on hand, and he offers it to you freely.
Okay, then I grab the
It's a short sword.
Okay, like, well, this guy doesn't have anything.
There you go.
Sadly.
That guy gets 11 health.
Wow. His entrails that Rexit so kindly scooped back into his
Rebel.
chest.
Oh, no, yeah.
Kind of like push them back in a little bit first before healing.
I never said they were going to be in the right place, but they're at least in his body.
The skin and muscle just kind of magically reassembles around the bone, and you know, he looks like he's back to normal. Who knows about the internal damage, but he starts breathing again, that's for sure.
I give him a little bit of a slap on the cheek. It's like, sorry about that.
He
And
just starts gasping for air.
I will like prepare like fire in my mouth, look into this guy to intimidate the guy behind me, and say, "Better tell us everything without lies." I prepare fire breath in case he lies or tries to run or anything.
He's just sitting there at this point. He backs up against the wall and looks pretty content to just leave you guys to do your thing.
Why
He said, "We'll just sit here. We'll just sit here. You won't have to worry about us, okay? Just please, just leave us here, please. Just God."
I start rifling through his pockets with him there awake. Like, come on, anything in here? Just opening pockets and pouches and looking through.
Oh, God.
He's got eight silver pieces.
I let out another curse word.
I want to grab both of those guys, put them in the corner, and grab my rope and tie them up together.
Okay. The other guy had 11 silver.
I give them 1 silver back between them.
Oh no, never mind.
They
I
deleted
don't
the
have
other
rope.
guy.
I thought I had.
Okay, so you tie the guys up and leave them
No,
in
no,
the
I
corner
don't
there.
have rope. I thought I had. No, but I don't. I just
All
put
right,
them
well-
together in the corner and say, stay.
Well, you've got all this
They
wire
seem-
around you. You can just like tie them up with that.
Well, but it will end eventually.
Oh, true.
Yes.
They seem content to hang out there at this point.
We'll talk to you guys later. Stay.
All right.
I'll wave Finka and Ravagor and everybody else. And we'll head back towards the room and be like, I saw some stuff in this room.
This room. Yep, that room. Are you moving your guys too? Just to their characters, more or less.
Kind of just like watching them still while you investigate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go with. I don't know if I have to move the token. Unless you want me to.
You can go for it.
I usually like no, but if you prefer, you know.
No. The only reason I was moving them was because they couldn't, and I don't know how to figure it out yet.
Oh, I can move now. I'm good. Whatever
Cool.
you played around with, I can move Rexit now.
Great. So I just made the map invisible.
Yep, invisible map. So I'll wander over and check the chest by the bed or sleeping bag or whatever that pile is.
Wait. While I'm going there, I say, oh, yeah, I remember what's something. I take out my sword, clean it, and then sheath it again.
You look in the footlocker.
I'll test it, make sure it's not locked or anything, and
You jiggle the mechanism. It's not locked. And you flip it open. It lets out a waft of dust as you open the lid, and you are disappointed to find that the trunk is empty.
much disappointed. All right, to the dresser then.
I yawn.
Okay.
I kind of see it over. I'm going to check out downstairs quickly, make sure no one else is down there.
Do you need help? I know
Sure.
you like use 2 spells right now.
Yeah. Could have just been one. Could have just been one.
Yeah, I could use my own thing, but I really didn't want to use it on almost dead guy.
Eyeing up the dresser, you find some scraps of paper, an odd sock, but nothing particularly useful.
The scraps don't have any information that says Kraglin went here, or it's just like his receipts.
There's just some scrawlings on there. They do look like maybe some old ledgers. Although I want you to make a quick check for me. Just a second.
Investigation?
Yeah. Or insight. Do insight, please.
Insight somewhat of a social skill, but
Woo! Okay.
I have a negative to investigation, so I'll take insight any day.
yeah, because insight use charisma.
You're looking at the
Oh no, use wisdom. Sorry.
looking at the paper. You feel like you should be able to understand something on this, but apparently Kraglin must be part doctor or lawyer or something, because his scribblings are just completely incomprehensible.
I'll wiggle it over my shoulder at Ravagor and be like, "Can you read this?"
Let me see.
Give it a shot. Do the investigation.
But what's the language?
I think we're just trying to read really bad comment at this point.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a different language.
Be a cipher.
Ooh, if I had advantage.
Well, the good news is you can discern some of the scribblings. The most prominent thing you see is a single phrase scratched between all of the different numbers and other useless scribblings. There is the phrase "assumed identity?" question mark Braglin, and then it's scribbled through like someone thought better of how stupid that idea was.
I grab my pen and I mark that part down so I don't like lose it. And I say, "Well, can you read that, Rexit?"
To be fair, Rexit has no like basic schooling, so the fact that he can read at all is probably impressive.
So yeah, you just found out something. Congratulations.
Finka, you said you were going downstairs, right?
Oh, I just did we get anything from the paperwork amongst those thugs? You said they were looking at the papers and stuff. Was there anything among there?
Was some notes on places Kraglin frequented. It was also a list of all of the money and tasks that they did for him and that he owed them. It's a pretty long list.
Those might be worth saving, just in case.
Yeah, hold on to it. And then walk downstairs and
Yeah, I go
start
up.
like looking around. There was that closed door. We came in that room and there was a closed door on the left, so that's where I probably want to have a look.
If you guys want to slam your tokens down on here.
Oh, everyone's coming? I thought it was just... Okay. That's better.
You guys are milling around and you hear another noise. This time it sounds like it's coming from below you. In this area.
Being the trash goblin that he is, Rexit will try and crawl under the stairs and see if he can find anything.
You find cobwebs and spiders.
I eat a spider.
It's better than the flour.
Yay!
Not checking, like looking around on the floor or anything, looking for like miscolored floorboards or bits that don't line up properly in this room and in the other room as well.
The one over here?
Like in the hall area, the lounge area.
Oh, okay. Over in this area.
Seeing if I can see anything that doesn't look quite right.
Okay. Just make a quick investigation or perception check.
At flat 10.
Okay. Flat 10. The floor is flat and normal in the areas that you're investigating. This looks to be a boring run-of-the-mill sitting area / dining space. However, that door on the far wall beckons to you.
Rexit will crawl out from under the stairs and trot over to the door and see, like, try the handle, see if it's locked, and then if not, give it a listen.
Okay.
Yeah, you go, Rexit. You're the best in investigation.
The door is not locked. And you said you wanted to listen?
Yeah, just see if there's noise on the other side, like people talking or...
The room, listening through the door, you hear resounding silence. It's unsettling.
Alright, I'll just open the door and peek in.
Boom! This appears to be another storage room. Perhaps it was where food was prepped for the residents or what have you. But there's a stack of old crates piled higher than anywhere else in the house in the far corner.
I guess we'll step into the room and check out these suspicious crates.
Yep.
Excellent. What will you do with said crates?
Do they look all ratty and junky crates like the picture, or are they nicer looking crates?
They're in decent shape. They're not as broken down as the other ones strewn about, but they certainly aren't good enough to store anything useful. So the
I'm kind
fact
of
that
looking in
there's
the area for like footprints or like dust that has been cleaned, or foot scuff marks in the dust and that kind of thing as well.
yes, you're all examining this room fairly meticulously, and you do see that there are some footprints that lead towards the back corner from the main doorway, so kind of in this direction. But they only seem to go to and from the door to that corner.
I think something's over there. Come on, let's get these crates up quickly.
All right, let's do it.
Yep, I guess me and Finka start moving the small ones, and the bigger people move the big boxes.
Then it
Excellent.
just dropped to me.
So you pick up and move these crates. And as you do, why are these all in different spaces? As you move them, you reveal a trap door in the back corner, built into the door.
You have really good eyes.
Oh, there it went. The trapdoor moved. Okay. But there's a dusty-looking wooden hatch with a large wrought iron handle.
Well, no time like the present.
I'll try the handle and see if it pops loose.
It sure does.
And I'll step aside and I'll wave our big scary guy through first.
Yep.
Okay. Down the hatch. Into the sub-basement. If everybody would like to throw their dudes down there.
Those guys up there must have been dumbasses. Like, seriously, how do you not see a giant pile of crates?
We cannot see anything but darkness.
So black.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Blackness.
Excellent. There we go. I will get the hang of this one of these days. Bloop. Can you guys see it now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. So, yeah, if you guys, you'll come down the ladder, and as you do, oh, that was neat. You all kind of like popped in at the same time.
Yep.
It's magic.
You see a man pacing about in the back corner, grabbing things out of some of the crates and some of the barrels in the back, and it appears you coming somehow. And he's still busily working at grabbing stuff out of the various containers scattered around the periphery of the room.
Does he look like he matches the description of what's his name?
He is roughly the same height and shape.
I quickly whisper, now, we're all clear on not killing this person, right? I can't bring them back from the death again.
Sure.
I make sure Ravagor has the fire poker this time.
Fine, I'll use that. Sure.
You can bludgeon him unconscious with this. Don't stab.
What's the name of the thing you gave me again?
Just a fire poker.
Oh, okay. Fire poker. Fire poker.
Yep.
Okay.
Basically, just a like a piece of metal.
Yeah, I don't know. So, should we just speak out loud? Like, hey, you.
Yeah.
I believe Ravagor was in the first one in the room, so carry on.
Okay. I say out loud, hey, you. Over there.
He turns around quickly. He goes, "Ah! No! I've been found out!"
I start stepping closer to him.
I stay near the ladder here.
I do like this.
What's your name, friend?
It's Braglin. Yeah, Braglin Crinmar. Yeah.
You could have at least
I-
changed your last name as well. That is ridiculous.
The thing on my hand's made of fire, right? Sorry, iron. Sorry, metal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a wrought iron fire poker. So
Okay, I use my fire breath on it, like on the tip of it, to make it like, red with the heat,
uh
and say, "Really, that's your name?"
he whimpers a little bit. Yes.
Look at everyone behind me. Are you sure you don't want me to kill this guy?
He's worth more alive than he is dead. Come on, just tie him up or something. Let's get going.
I want to incite him, said if that yes was, serious.
Go for
Can
it.
I?
Yeah, absolutely. He's lying. He's lying. You know he's Kraglin. He ain't Braglin.
That would have been a great nat one. Just be like, nope, wrong guy.
Yeah, right. I look at everyone. She says "Let's keep going," and let me see. Wait. Yeah, I would just get as close as I can, walking,
Uh-huh.
and I say, my friends aren't that. What can I say? Evil. I would like to know the truth, and if you don't tell me, I guess I'll use this metal thing to mark you down so I never lose you again. And when they're gone, I'm back for you. What do you think? Would the scar on your cheek look nice?
No. He sputters.
So,
My real name's
what's your
Kraglin.
name?
My real name's Kraglin. This is my old storehouse. I just came to pick up a few things and then I was leaving.
I wanna, with my other hand that's not holding the fire poker, I wanna put on his neck and drag him to the hole. Drag him back.
So you're just grabbing him and dragging him.
Yes.
Cool. He's not putting up any fight, especially given how much stronger you are and bigger than you are than him. So you have Kraglin in your grasp.
If Ravagor is holding him still, Rexit will pull out 50 feet of rope and tie his ass up.
You do that.
I'm going to look around and see what actually of worth is down here.
Poking around, you
Well-
find.
Sorry.
No, sorry. You go for it.
I was just going to say, well, I guess we found.
Found something worth it. Poking through some of the barrels and crates, you find a handful of valuable gems, and he had some store of some nice wine of the room as well. So you all get another nice drink and some precious gems.
Probably need
Great.
to take those back.
What are you talking about? Nah, no, we
divvy
do.
up the gems so everyone gets like some, you know what I mean? Like a share. And then I'm just like, who wants? And I just give the wine to you, Ravogar, since you like wine so much.
Okay. I like, hey, immediately let the fire poker lower and say, oh, yes. Thank you very much. And I like open, see if it's good.
All right, let's get this deadbeat back.
Agreed.
Maybe then we can actually have another meal at the tavern or something. I don't know.
Resigned to his fate, Kraglin is silent, with his eyes downcast. He is your captive at this point. So, and luckily, it's late at night. So, walking through the streets with a bound person.
Yeah, just tying his wrists together and like keeping him on a leash, so he doesn't look bound like hogtied or anything, but just walking him on his leash.
That's that's kind of weird. But okay, I'll ask the whole group. Do you think we can know about our mission, or do you think it's better to keep it safe?
I think he's aware of how many people he screwed over. Let's get him home safe and sound, and we'll tidy up everything else later.
Hold on. I would like push him to this little crate over here so he can sit on it. I want to look him in the eye and say, so, I want to know all about this. Why did you leave and why we were sent to find you? Because we have one person asking us to do that, but I want to hear your side too. Not that I care much, but I just am more.
He kind of laughs a little. He goes, "What's to say? I owe a lot of people a lot of money. Sometimes you just gotta skip town."
Really, that's all?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't deserve any of our
Just
kindness.
with him. They have ways of making him talk.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve any kindness from me, otherwise I would offer you some wine, but it's all mine.
It's all my wine.
He was.
Mm.
And I drink in front of him.
He's just averting his gaze at this point.
So everyone, what will we do?
Drag him back to the what was it? The hairy goat rat, something like that.
The
Busted rat.
husky rat.
Husky.
Right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right now.
It's tavern.
Okay, and wait, I have a quick question. What about those two guys upstairs? Do you know anything about them?
Are you asking? Kraglin?
Yes.
Says, what other people?
Oh, so it's just them going after your money too, I guess.
Ah, jeez. I should have left weeks ago.
Yeah, you should have. Then let's complete our list.
We can invite the two upstairs to rejoin us at the Husky Rat, and they can work out a deal with the guild and get some of their money back, maybe.
That's awfully nice of you. accept your generous request. Or offer, I should say. To get to the Husky Rat, I would like to make a stealth check to sneakily handle your leashed captive through the streets.
Like a
I'm guessing that
group
would be
stealth
Rav,
check?
since you're the one with the rope holding.
What was that?
I'm guessing that would be you, Rav, because you're holding the person with the rope.
I assume Rav is carrying his wine.
Oh, true, yeah.
Well, we were like
I
in a
was
little
thinking-
circle around him, you know, so he doesn't have anywhere
I was
to run
thinking-
and feed.
I was thinking Rexit, though, since it was his rope, so he's probably good at tying knots.
Yeah, Rexit will hold the leash, but I mean, Ravogar walks in front, Rexit walks behind him, and we just kind of military walk him back.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Roll it with advantage. You're all working together to sneak through the streets. So you're kind of looking out for guards or other people, so more eyes makes for a better check.
That wasn't good at all.
Apparently not.
Okay.
To be fair, if anything, we're leaving the slums, and I'm a goblin. I could probably reverse the rope and make it look like I am on a leash. So just a human taking his goblin for a walk.
Well, you wander through the slums. You think you did a good job evading any prying eyes, and you make your way to the Husky Rat. With your captive, and everything that entails. Upon walking through the door, the bartender opens the front door. It's actually really late, so you're surprised anyone's actually still there. But he kind of pulls open the door, grunts when he sees who it is, the scowl, and opens the door for you all to come in.
I stop before.
And you are-
Wait! Before we get in, and I try to sniff the ground to see if there's no any flowers close.
Very, very good. You've learned a lot today.
There's no
escorted back.
flowers.
You're escorted back to the room where you had your meeting, and back in. She said, "Wow, I wasn't actually expecting you guys to find him this quick. It's kind of a slippery eel, isn't he?"
We've walked the whole town. I can't tell you how much we walked.
Oh, right.
I do believe we would like a room for the night.
Just serve food and beer here, and here, I can put in a good word for you at one of our other, one of the taverns nearby.
That works.
But we'll have some food made up special for you guys, and here's your first cut of the payment. And she slides 100 gold to each of you. It says, "This is a small portion of what this dirtbag owes us, so this was a good catch."
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yep.
And with that, she says, "Our business is concluded." She hauls Kraglin by the scruff of his neck and puts her hand on his back and leads him out of the room towards the back area of the building. And the four of you are left standing together.
Well, that was nice. I learned how to sniff.
Yep.
Who wants some roasted parrot? And he'll pull out the dead bird out of his backpack.
Oh, I think I'll skip.
And as she's leaving, I'm like, what about the payment?
He paid us 100 gold
Each.
each. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good payout for walking across the city.
Plus, you each have a special precious gem.
Oh, should we
but-
rest for the night? Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll go to
Becca gives you the location of a nearby tavern. You'll be able to stay because they don't do rooms at the tavern there.
Okay, I want to go to a high class one. I don't want to go to the cheap one.
Well,
Let's go to the
fucking-
closest one.
Hey,
Beer food.
Rexy, do you want to go on a high class one with me?
Nah, the high class ones don't throw anything out. There's no good trash pickings over there.
Ah, true. Forgot about that. Then I guess I'll go alone.
Come on,
But,
Rexit, let's go find some
realistically-
food. Some cheap ale.
Yep.
realistically, that's what I had for the evening. So, great job, everybody.
Thank you for the game. It was fun.
I got to kill one guy, but he got kind of revived.
Hey, I didn't actually want to. I was just saying it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
everyone.
thanks everybody.